Live from Taziki Field, it's Christian Academy Louisville Centurion football. Is tonight the Centurions, undefeated on the year and ranked number 1 in 3A, play a very tough 6A team as the Ballard Bruins come to face the Centurions. Ballard into the game 1-2 on the season. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Botello, privileged to bring you tonight's play-by-play, and I'll once again be joined by Darren Long, former athletic director here and color analyst at Infinitum. From infinity to beyond.
Okay.
But, we play a team that is 1-2 tonight in the Ballard Bruins, but you cannot let that 1-2 record fool you, Darren.
No, not at all. I tell you what, just, you can adjust your TV, but you look out there and Ballard is big and athletic, and that is two dangerous combinations. And even though they're 1-2, their two losses have come to the number 2 and number 3 ranked 6A teams in the state of Kentucky. So that tells you about what kind of competition they've had the last 2 weeks. And Cal's coming through 2 5A teams, and now we're going to hit 2 6A teams. And I tell you what, they're going to be tested tonight. Even before the season started, I thought this would be the game that's going to be, really tough. It's going to, put Cal to all the different levels that they're going to have to look at. All three teams are going to have to play well and very well tonight in order to win this ball game.
And you're going to have to stay healthy during this game tonight. Centurions do not nearly have the depth that a team like Ballard is. We have roster sheets up on our boards right in front of us. I could barely get all the names on one roster sheet, one page of my roster sheet to get ready for the game tonight of this Ballard team. As we look at Ballard, well, really, if we look at the overall comparison stats, they're fairly even with Centurions with a marked advantage in some areas, but again, It's different competition levels.
Yeah, different competitions the last, 3 weeks to start the season. But, if you're going to look at the paper and you're going to look at the stats, they are going to be very similar. Look at offense. Cal's averaging right about 26 points a game. Ballard's at 23. Yeah, the defenses, you'll see a little bit of difference. Ballard's giving up almost 20 points a game, where Cal's just giving up, 6.7. And really all the points scored against Cal for the season came last week against Eastern. I know Coach Cantwell talked about how the first 2 weeks he thought his defense played incredible. Offense didn't quite chug along well. And then last week he felt like he got flipped a little bit. So that's where he goes back talking about he's going to need everything to be going tonight. When you look at rushing yards on the season, Cal's averaging 214 per game. 99 are right at 100 for Ballard. And then when you look at passing as far as statistically for offense, Cal's averaging 134 a game. And talking about balance, right at 99 for Ballard as well. Defense, very similar as far as when it comes to yardage given up, right about 100 yards for each, and same thing in passing as well.
And when you look at this Ballard team, they have scored some of their touchdowns via the traditional offensive method, running and also passing this year. But their defense and special teams has made a big force in touchdown scoring. Yeah,
you look at, they've got 1 interception return, 2 fumble returns. I think it was maybe a punt or a kickoff as well.
Kickoff return.
Yeah, so, they are scoring from all 3 phases. And so that's going to be a big thing we're going to have to watch tonight. When we talk about special teams, it's played great for Cal this year. And that's really going to have to be the same tonight as well. And that's where you see some athleticism for Ballard coming in, is on some of these things. They can grab a ball and take it back to the house just like that.
When we talk about the Centurions, Brant Babin is out tonight, and that always hurts a team. But, man, if you're going to have any depth on the Centurion team, it comes at the running back spot, and Harrison Zimmer showed that last week.
Man, I'm telling you what, Harrison came in after the injury by Brant last week, and all he did was set a Cal record for rushing in a game at 301 yards last week. That's just amazing. The kind of production. And, of course, we've seen that over the last couple of years. And, it's great to have that two-headed beast tonight. It's going to be a little bit more. It's going to have to go on Harrison. And but I think his type of running will pay dividends tonight. And that offensive line is going to have to get those holes opened up for him.
And not only did he get the record last week, he blew the previous record away. We only have stats back through 2011, but the previous record was 225 yards by Ivan Talley back in 2011. Number 2 is 224 by Ivan Talley back in 2011. But the other thing, Harrison went over 2,000 yards for his career. Only one of 3 backs that have done that since 2011.
Absolutely amazing, considering that he has basically been the number 2 guy, as far as coming in and getting the starts here and there. But yeah, he's a productive runner when he's on the field, and that's just absolutely incredible that, maybe by midseason, get everybody back, we'll have 2,000-yard runners for their career, so that's just absolutely incredible. Luke Leeper continues to have a great season with his 12 receptions, and Gage Guerin, I think he could have a big game tonight as well. I'd like to see if they can get him into some open space out in the flats and see if he can turn that speed on.
Anthony Sabatino has turned it around a lot from last year, as we see from the 6 TDs compared to 1 interception. But this may be the fastest backfield, spearheaded by Josh Minkins, the U of L signee that he's faced this year.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful tonight because Eastern gave us a little bit of fits last week with their athleticism. It's not going to be anything compared to tonight. But yeah, if Josh Meekins, look for him, number 11, he is going to be all over the field on that defense. As I said, a U of L signee, and he was highly recruited. So definitely got to keep an eye on him. Also, they're going to play 2 quarterbacks tonight. Number 13 Cummings, number 6 Hawkins, and from what we understand, they play them pretty evenly. And looking at stats, it's that same well. So, and then Jaden Farmer will highlight number 29, their senior running back. He's run for 228 yards so far through the season. And big receiver, Intelli Bird, has 8 receptions for 95 yards.
Jaden Farmer ran for 838 yards last year. So a lot of experience at that running back spot. It looks like the Centurions are going to kick off, and we are getting ready for the opening kickoff. We'll see how those special teams do on this opening kickoff, as the Centurions about to take on the 6A Ballard Bruins. Centurions, pretty good. It's amazing. They win them all or lose them all against 6A. You got Eastern, you have Oldham County, you have Bullitt East. Centurions are undefeated against, but they've never beaten Mail, never beaten Simon Kenton. So where does Ballard fit in that group is the question.
Well, first ever meeting, I tell you what, as we've built this program over the years, to be playing Ballard and Eastern is just an amazing accomplishment what this program's been able to do.
So Minkins is not back. It is 17-12. Shante Marrero and Diedrich Hamilton are the 2 deep guys. Cornett with the high kick, and coming up to take it is going to be another number 28, and he's going to fall down. That is Kenton Jackson, and coming over the top of him is Dupes, and good coverage by the Centurions.
Yep, great job. Dupes was right there. As I said, he kind of got tripped up as he made the cut, so good coverage, and we'll get to see this Ballard offense, see which quarterback's coming out. They actually are huddling on the sidelines. Looks like they're going to come on out right to the ball.
So coming out to be the quarterback is going to be number 6, Tristan Hawkins is the quarterback. Farmer in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 1 out to the left for this Ballard team. Hawkins will start the game underneath center. And it's going to be a handoff to Farmer, a delay in the backfield, and he's going to go nowhere. Right there to stop him was number 30, Jacob Sutherland, who's back from an injury last week.
Yeah, Jacob read that real well, stayed at home on his defensive end position there. But what was nice to see 5 Centurions right there for that tackle.
Rashad Bishop is the split in out to the left side. I mean, he just looks like a receiver. He's about 6'5" and looks like he can just glide down the field. Demetrius Hewley is split to the right side. There are trips to the left. Minkins is not in the game, and Hawkins is going to be in the shotgun with Farmer just behind him to the left. See if Centurions can get some pressure. Nope, quick screen pass out to the left side, and there's going to be great pursuit by the Centurions, but boy, still getting a bunch of yards is going to be Marrero. Thought he had him at the line of scrimmage, but he gets all the way out to about the 32-yard line, it looks like. 33 is where they're going to mark it. It'll be 3rd down for Ballard, and it looks like 5 yards.
Yep, he made the first man miss, and then, as you said, there's 4 Centurions there, but he still fell forward for 3 more yards to get that pickup, make it a makeable 3rd and 5 here. See if the Centurion defense can step it up here.
2 receivers left. Hawkins goes back in that shotgun. He has Farmer up to his right this time. In motion goes Bird. Rolling to his right. Here comes some pressure being chased by Young. Gets the throw out. Going to be complete out to Marrero. Marrero makes a move, and he's going to be tackled from behind by, looks like, Gage Guerin, but a great pass by Hawkins puts it right over the outstretched hands of one of the Centurions.
Yeah, Marrero got behind the corners there, and I guess what happened, the corners had to make a decision. They couldn't tell if the quarterback was going to come up and run or not, and he slid behind. Good throw there on the run by Hawkins.
Bird and Marrero split out to the right side. Bishop out to the left. Hawkins staying in that shotgun. It's been successful. 1st and 10. Ball's on the 27-yard line. Hand off to Farmer. Got a blocker out on the left side. He gets through one guy. First down, out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, good pick. They had one of their guards pull out and seal the defensive end. And then their big receiver out there, the guy you can't miss, Rashad Bishop, got a good block out of that hand extension out. And then he was able to make the corner pick up the first down.
I think I said 20. He got down to the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Bruins.
So after the Centurion defense kind of held on 2 plays, that big third down, now they got 2 big plays in a row.
Bishop to the left again. Marrero goes out to the left this time. Hawkins goes back under center. He has Farmer in the backfield. In motion goes Marrero. Hand off to Farmer. Stutter steps, tries to get outside to the left, breaks a tackle, gets down past the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, Sutherland made first contact there. And then I believe that was Kevin King came up from the cornerback position, but still a big play there. That's 3 in a row now by Ballard. Gained, looks like, 5 yards there.
They're going to mark it at the 10. Said he went out of bounds at the 10, but what I've seen so far, Ballard seems to be breaking that first tackle every time.
They are getting good push off the line instead of making that first tackle miss or getting through an arm tackle.
Bishop and Marrero to the left, Bird out to the right. Hawkins goes back to that shotgun. In motion goes Marrero, followed by Sutherland across the line. Back to pass, looking right, now goes back left. Wide open, in for a touchdown is going to be number 29. That is Jaden Farmer out of the backfield.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Ballard and just bad execution by the Centurion. So you got the big, tall receiver, Rashad Bishop, on the outside, so you think they might throw it up. He actually goes in the end zone, turns to the right, but you got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. That was just a simple 3-yard turn, catch it, and then fall into the end zone.
So Ballard scores quickly here on their first possession. And to do the kicking is Longmire, I believe. And the kick is up. Longmire slips and falls, but still able to get the kickoff. It's up and good. And so Ballard goes ahead 7-zip with 8:49 go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, so good scoring drive on the first possession there by Ballard. Centurion defense actually did pretty well in the first couple of plays. Brings up to 3rd and 5, and then just a mistake there on the defensive side. You let that receiver get behind you, and he was wide open by a good 6-7 yards. Made it a big play there. Then the big turn on the outside on a run, and then just the pass play in. So well executed by Ballard. Centurion defense not as well.
72-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 8 seconds, covering 72 yards, a 6-play drive, ending in that touchdown on a 10-yard pass from Hawkins to Farmer. And Ballard goes up 7-zip, so we'll see if that Centurion offense can answer us. For the Centurions to stay in this game, it may be a high-scoring game after we saw that first drive.
Yeah, it's a hot night. You know, they may get out here and, you know, I think conditioning is going to be a situation in the second half. We'll see how that goes. But Ballard made that look pretty easy. And, you know, Mike, it wasn't anything that was very fancy at all. And, you know, it was mixing a couple runs and a couple big pass plays there, and they're in the end zone.
Leaper and Guerin go back. Longmire to do the kickoff for Ballard. The whistle blows. Ballard go to their three-point stance. Longmire, a high kick. It's going to come. Leaper's going to take it on a bounce at the 15. Comes to the left side. It's got a hole. And then he's going to be tripped up at the 30-yard line by Robert Wycliffe.
Yeah, Wycliffe came in there pretty quick, got low on Luke. Was able to take his feet out from underneath him. But decent starting position here, out past the 30-yard line, right at the 31 for the Centurions. Sabatino's going to bring this offense out here and see if they can get an early start too.
So Anthony Sabatino's did not play in the first game, has been very effective in the next two. Kevin King splits out far to the right along with Leaper. It's going to be a handoff to Zimmer, who's in the backfield. He buries his head and gets a good run out across the 35 to about the 36 or 37.
A good push by the offensive line. Actually got everything moving to the wide side of the field, to the right side, and then you just let Harrison look for his lane. He cut back behind, picked up a nice first down there.
It's out to the 37-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Centurions.
Good run there by Harrison.
Sabatino under center again. Dupes and Parr switch from the right to the left side. Zimmer gets it again. He's going to be met behind the line and brought down by about 2 or 3 Ballard Bruins. It was Brendan Mullaney along with Philip Cox.
Yeah, they both met Harrison at the line of scrimmage there. Good play on that defensive front.
In fact, it was a 1-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Centurions. Leaper splits left. Guerin and King go to the right side. Sabatino goes to the shotgun with Zimmer to his right.
Comes the blitz.
Sabatino rolls to the right, looking to throw. Gets the throw away. Out to Kevin King. Can't hang on to it. Looks like he had it in his hands as he was going to the ground and couldn't hang on. Incomplete pass. Had his man beat, and a great pass by Sabatino.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get it. And I think the defensive guy kind of hit him right as they hit the ground together, and the ball just kind of bounced out. But I liked how they had the rolling pocket there. Ballard brought the blitz from the weak side, and actually Centurions had called to the wide side. So had a good shot at it, good look at it, but couldn't come up with it.
That's going to force a punt. Sabatino is the punter. Back for Ballard is Telly Bird. It's going to be kicked to the far side. Bird's going to take it at the 24. And a nice tackle down there, the original hit. I couldn't see who had the original hit. I believe it was Nate Dobbs, though. And he hung on for dear life till he got some help and did a good job.
Nate played that really well from his flyer position out there, held his guy off, and got his block off. Made the tackle right as the ball got there. Man, he did a fantastic job. He's had a huge year on the special teams.
The Ballard will take over at their own 26, leading 7-0 with 7:14 to go in the first quarter. As Darren said, Ballard made it look fairly easy. And Centurion started out well, had them 3rd and 5 on their first set of downs, but then a completed pass for about 25 yards kind of set their offense in motion the rest of the way. Hawkins still the quarterback. Farmer still the lone running back. In motion goes Marrero. Hand off to Farmer. Goes up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, just a strong run right up in the A gap there.
Will Parr down on the bottom of that pile.
Got Matthew Mozzie in now. It's good to see. He came back last week. Good to see him in there today on that defensive front.
Make it a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Bruins. This game originally was supposed to be played at Ballard tonight, but some structural problems with their stands have forced them out of their home field for the whole year, and so the Centurions are hosting the Ballard home game. It's 3rd and 7. 2 receivers left. Now Marrero in motion again. Farmer with the ball has a hole. He's going to get that first down across the 40. Farmer, an impressive runner. Centurions just can't tie up the Ballard runners to stop him.
Yeah, he had a nice lane there. Once he decided to head up through there, he got a nice block in the secondary level there against the Centurion linebackers. And then he had a straight shot up the field. Picked up a huge yardage there.
Ball just marked just north of the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ballard. Bishop goes left. David Miller in the game, splits out to the far right side. Marrero in that slot to the left. Hawkins hands off to Farmer again. Met in the backfield, but breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle, still gets across the 45. We got a flag down. Gets all the way out to the 48, and he is a beast to bring down.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, he's gotten through so many different tackles. At the beginning of this game, the Centurions just need to get a hold of him, wrap up.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask call. Going to be a personal foul against the Centurions. And that's going to add on to the gain by Farmer, and that's going to put him in Centurion territory. That's going to move the ball down to the 47 of the Centurions.
I just gave it a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. But a first down nonetheless for Ballard. On the Centurion 47, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. Cummings still looking, goes to the ground. Flag is down. That should be a hold, but I tell you, Cummings' knee looked like it, or Hawkins' knee looks like it hit before any of the Centurions got to him as he slipped on the turf.
Yep, do have holding. Much better push there, but actually it was good coverage by the Centurions in the secondary there that Hawkins didn't have anybody to go to.
So the Ballard, after they picked up the first down with the face mask, are moving way back now after that hold.
Maybe let's get the Centurion defense excited a little bit.
Official talking to Coach Cantwell. They're going to decline the penalty and take where Hawkins went down, so that'll make it 2nd and 15 for Ballard. Hawkins going to the shotgun this time. Has a different running back. Farmer out. Kenton Jackson into the game in the backfield as he lines up just to the right of Hawkins. Marrero in motion, gets the handoff, trying to sweep to the right. Coming behind him is Sutherland. One man has him. Then slowing him down after that was Jake Taylor. And a couple other Centurions in to finally bring him down.
Yeah, good job. Much better job there by the Centurions. Saw that jet sweep, and they were able to hold the edge there so that he couldn't get around. And then the rest of Centurions came in and cleaned it up.
So no gain on the play. 3rd and 15 for Ballard. So Centurions a key play here to make Ballard possibly turn this ball over via the punt if they can hold him. Trips to the left this time. Robert Douglas in the game for the first time for Ballard. Farmer back in the game at the running back position. Hawkins takes a snap, ball's on the ground, bounces right into the hand. Here comes Parr. He's going to let it fly and way behind everybody. And with a completion out there to Demetrius Hewley, and it looked like the Centurions are going to be in great shape, and Hawkins, give him credit, saw his man down deep who got behind absolutely everybody and moves the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line.
There again, that's just a mistake by the Centurions. Hewley did what he was supposed to. Your quarterback gets in trouble, you go long, and he got behind everybody. Then just a heave by Hawkins, but right on target. Huge play there when the Centurions really needed a stop.
1st and 10 on the Centurion 11. Farmer in the backfield. Centurions a golden opportunity there and couldn't take advantage of it. Hand off to Farmer. Goes off to the right side. He's going to be hit. Gage Guerin comes up and hits him and brings him down after about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, good stick there by Guerin. Read it really well. Came in and made the tackle the way you're supposed to. Wrapped up and made sure he went down.
Ball's going to be marked at the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, we talked about when you get opportunities against a team like Ballard, you have got to take advantage of them. Have not been able to yet, but a long way to go in this game. It's only 3:22 here to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Ballard, but they're threatening in Centurion territory. Ball in the 9, 2nd and 8. Hawkins hands off to Farmer again, goes up the middle.
Golly.
Breaks a couple of tackles, gets down to the 2. He may have a first down. It's going to be close.
Yeah, he carried 4 Centurions there for 2 yards. Strong young man, running low to the ground, too.
It's going to be 3rd and 1. They got down to the 3. We're going to say 2.5. Double backfield now. It is Jackson and Farmer in the backfield. Hawkins goes under center. Takes the snap. Farmer, second man through. Breaks a tackle and gets in for the touchdown.
Yep.
So 3-yard run for Farmer, and he has proven effective tonight.
Yeah, Farmer is the real deal. He is putting it to the Centurions right now.
So with 2:24 to go here in the first quarter, Centurions go down 13-0. Longmire in to try to add another point for this Bruin team. Tristan Hawkins, the quarterback, is the holder. Bad hike. Hawkins a great job scooping it up. Kick is up. Kick is good. And Ballard with 2:24 to go in the first half, or in the first quarter, go up 14-0.
Yeah, so it's a big gut check here for the Centurions. I know it's early in the game, but I mean down 14-0 already, and Ballard's doing it with big plays, and then Farmer just breaking tackles like crazy, running up through that Centurion defense, dragging 3 or 4 guys with him. So they're going to have to work on their technique, make a few adjustments here, get into those holes. I mean, it's not anything real fancy. He's hitting, the A gaps and B gaps and just forcing his way up through there.
It was a 9-play drive that took 5 minutes, 50 seconds, covered 74 yards, ending that 3-yard run by Farmer, who now has a touchdown via the ground and a touchdown via the air on the pass from Hawkins. So let's see if the Centurions can get a drive going here and strike back. Leeper and Guerin are deep again. They line up about the 15-yard line. Leeper took that last kickoff on one hop. That always scares me when you field it on a hop. Longmire with the kick. It's going to be a short one that Leeper's going to run up and take about the 20. Tries to come to the left side. Now he cuts up the middle. He's got a hole. He's down across the 40. He's still up. He breaks free.
He's got it.
He's going to have it. He is a punt return this year for a touchdown, and now he has a kickoff return.
Nice.
An 80-yard kickoff return for Luke Leeper.
He read that really well. I tell you, Mike, he started coming to the left, and I was just going to say you can't run east and west on these guys, and then he kicked it in, went up, started heading upfield in between the hashes, made one good cut back on the kicker, and he was gone.
So that is just what the doctor ordered for the Centurions, an 80-yard kickoff return. We talked about the special teams for Ballard before the game. We didn't even mention Leeper's punt return this year. He can have a kickoff return to that now. Dylan Cornett in for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good, and Centurions cut that lead in half with 2:08 to go, 14-7.
Great job there by Luke. I tell you what, sidelines for the Centurions has changed completely in the last 15 seconds. They're all over there yelling, high-fiving, and slapping each other on the helmet. That may have got a little juice flowing a little bit.
Well, your senior comes through for you in a time when you need it.
Season.
And just continues to sparkle out there. So let's see if now the Centurion defense can kind of take hold. The only bad news is the defense didn't get a lot of rest there.
No, they didn't. No. But, just a great job there once again. And that whole kickoff team, I mean, they set that alley, that lane up really well for Luke as he headed up the center of the field. They have blocks to both the outside. So well done, well coached.
So we'll see. Be a great time to force a turnover on this Ballard team, get the ball back. Marrero and Diedrich Hamilton are the deep men for Ballard. Cornett in to do the kicking duties. Approaches the ball. It is in the air. Marrero's going to get it at the 22. Cuts back the middle. He's got a big hole, and he's only got one up. He breaks a tackle. So slowing him down was the kicker, Cornett, and he slowed him down just enough for a couple other Centurions to catch up and bring Marrero down, but not before he gets into Centurion territory in the 41.
Yep, another big play there by the Ballard Bruins. Just came right back and did it. So, all right, here we go.
Ball on the 41 of the Centurions, 1:59 to go first quarter. 14-7, Ballard with the lead. Bird splits left this time. Hewley, who had the big catch in the last series, is split to the right. Marrero in the slot to the left. Hawkins still at quarterback. Talking to his running back, Farmer. Takes the snap, hands off to Farmer. Farmer going to be hit by Sutherland up top. Mozzie on the bottom for the tackle.
Yep, Babin actually made the first contact. Good job there for the inside linebacker position. He filled the hole. That's what we talked about last series. When they see those holes open up, someone's got to stick their helmet in there.
Make it a 2-yard gain to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Much better job getting low, too, and wrapping up.
Kyle Fuller in the game, splits far to the left. Bird split to the right. Marrero in the slot to the left. Marrero in motion. And there's going to be a whistle and a flag. Delay a game. That'll be 5-yard penalty against Ballard.
Wipe out that first run. There again, Centurions have had the Bruins behind the chains a couple times tonight, just haven't been able to get them off the field. 2
big third down plays for the Bruins have been the difference.
Huge.
So it's going to be 2nd and 13 now for the Bruins after that 5-yard walk-off. Hawkins goes back under center. Now he takes steps back and reverts to the shotgun with Farmer just behind him to the left. Marrero in motion. Fake pass.
Good job.
Gives it to Farmer, and the Centurions aren't fooled.
Yeah.
Will Parr, Mawsey, Babin all in there on the stop.
Great read by Will Parr. So here we go, Mike. 3rd down again. This is where Ballard's done their damage.
It'll be 3rd and 14, a yard pickup on that. Bird splits left this time. Demetrius Hewley to the right. Trips to the left, actually. Hawkins pointing to something on his right. Now takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Looking. Fires a pass. He's got a man. Is it complete? It's going to be a complete pass. Good coverage, but out there with the diving catches Tully Bird for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great play there. Put it right where he needed to. Centurions dropped everybody back. Only rushed 3 that time. Played a little bit better zone coverage, but, I mean, a good read there by Bird and Hawkins.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Centurion 25. And we got a timeout on the field. Oh, we don't have a timeout. We have a quarter. It's already the first. It was a quick first quarter. We come into the first quarter of play, 14-7. Ballard with the lead.
So Christian Academy wishes to thank our athletic trainer from Court, the best in rehab, for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Bodenhauser for volunteering his time this season. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy, as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab.
Now we are switching sides at the quarter turn, and Darren, that we've talked about it, this athleticism.
Yeah, we've seen it tonight. I've been very impressed with Farmer and this offensive line. The offensive line's opened up some holes, but, man, Farmer is a strong, strong downhill runner.
And Hawkins has thrown the ball well when he's needed to. He is in the shotgun right now with Farmer behind him. Hewley, a big receiver, goes to the left, and Farmer's going to just bury his head. Plow his way for about a 3-yard gain, it looks like.
But, I mean, he on that, Mike, I mean, it was 2 yards before Centurion even made contact with him. So that offensive line got a huge push on that play.
So 3-yard gain down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. Hewley splits right. Hewley looks like a tight end, and he's split far out to the right. Bishop split to the left. Rolling right is Hawkins. Still looking, plenty of time. Fires it across the middle, and it's going to be complete. And is it going to be? It's going to be a touchdown. Completed pass to Rashad Bishop. A 22-yard touchdown pass, and Ballard scores again.
Well, the Centurions only rushed 3 that time, so Hawkins had plenty of time. Then he just drilled that ball down, found his tall target. Was able to get the ball in 1 foot into the end zone before he got tackled, and another touchdown by Ballard.
So Hawkins with his 2nd touchdown pass of the evening. This time to Rashad Bishop. Longmire in for the extra point. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is blocked.
blocked.
So Centurions get a block. It was a rather awkward hike, and Centurions got in there able to block it, so the score stays just a 6-point advantage there, and Ballard takes a 20-7 lead with 11:03 to go in the second quarter.
You know, it's interesting, Mike. You said 11:03 here in the second quarter. We've only seen the Centurion offense, for 3 plays, I believe?
Yes, that's true.
And that's it. So can't even see if got a rhythm here or what they can do as far as offense goes. I mean, we'll take the touchdowns on the kickoff returns, but, I mean, that's one thing you don't want to have is a bunch of kickoff returns. But this defense needs to make some adjustments. I mean, Ballard is playing a very even game here. I'm impressed. You know, we looked at their stats coming in. They had the same amount of running yards as they did passing yards, and they've mixed it up very well tonight.
A 3-minute drive for Ballard, 6 plays, covering 41 yards, ending in that 22-yard pass from Hawkins to Bishop. So Centurions now will try to get good field position and maybe sustain a drive. As Longmire comes in to do the kicking duties. Leeper and Guerin are back for the Centurions. Leeper has returned both kickoffs this evening. Let's see if Longmire will try to get the ball to Guerin's side this time. And that he does, and Guerin's going to take it at the 15. Tries to come up the middle, makes one man miss. He's across the 30 to the 40. He's got one man to beat. 50, and I think Guerin's going to go all the way. Nobody's going to catch him, and Guerin, I am not sure where he took that ball.
No, I think it's...
But it was about the 20,
yeah,
maybe a little behind that. So we're going to say an 80-yard kickoff return for Guerin, and the Centurion special teams keeping them in the game.
Tell you what, often do you see 2 kickoff returns consecutively for touchdowns, and I was just thinking, I mean, you know, they're going to kick away from Leeper, but, man, they're going to find somebody that's probably got even more speed, and once he turned that corner, nobody was catching him.
Wow. Centurions showing another facet of their game.
And, you know, you always hear.
Cornett in, kick is up, kick is good. Dylan Cornett 2 for 2, and that cuts the lead 20-14. Centurions have had 3 plays from scrimmage, have 14 points.
Well, that's what I was going to say right before. You always hear coaches talk about the 3 phases of the game, and, you know, sometimes people want to overlook the whole special teams piece, but it is huge, and it's come up big for the Centurions all year. And here we sit in 2 straight plays on kickoff returns to keep them in this game.
So Centurions can get a stop here. We'll get to see the offense, see what they can do.
Well, that's the big thing. They have yet to stop this Ballard Bruin offense.
Well, you know, we can stop, kind of stay even. We get opening kickoff for the second half. We'll just run that back and
right.
Hit the extra point, go up by 1. We'll just trade them big drives for our kickoff returns. Win by 1 point at the end of the game. So Cornett comes in to kick off. Last time a good return by the Bruins, got at the 41 of the Centurions.
Well, the Bruins got a big kickoff return last time as well. Got them on the Centurion side of the field.
Marrero and Hamilton are back for Ballard. Cornett approaches it, and it's going to be a high one. Going to go fairly deep. Hamilton's going to take it, fakes the handoff to Marrero, tries to get out to the right side, runs into one of his own guys.
Still up.
Breaks one tackle, still up. Gets across midfield down to the 43-yard line. And, boy, he made the fake to Marrero. You can see the Centurions follow the fake handoff. And he goes around to the right, gets good coverage. Thank goodness he ran into his own guy.
Yeah, actually, that's what slowed him down, or he might have taken that one to the house. But, man, just another big play there by Ballard on the kickoff return. Gets him on the Centurion side of the field. Almost the same spot as last time.
Ball be on the 44 of the Centurions. They started on the 41 last time. I'm sure Coach Morton may have his special team, kickoff coverage team over there talking to him right now. So here comes Ballard out again for their 4th time this evening. They have scored the 3 previous times they've had the ball. They got Farmer in the backfield. They got Hawkins underneath center again. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. In motion goes Marrero. We see that about every time. This time he stops, comes back to where he was. Pitch to the right to Farmer. Breaks one tackle. On the ground, bringing him down is Babin.
Sutherland
But about
had
a
the first
4-yard
shot.
gain.
Yeah, Sutherland had the first shot, so they do a quick pitch to the short side of the field. And Sutherland made first contact, and Babin came in and made the tackle. Kept him just,
Oh, we have a flag down.
We do. Missed that one completely.
We got a holding on the Bruins, so that negate that run. Move the ball back 10 yards. And that'll push Ballard back to their own 45-yard line. So that's going to make it 2nd and 21 for the Centurions, or 1st and 21. So another break for the Centurions, or an opportunity, I shouldn't say a break, an opportunity to hopefully slow this Ballard offense down. Bird comes left along with Hewley. 2 receivers to the right. Hawkins goes back in that shotgun. He moves Marrero from the right to the left side. Back to pass. Starting to run. Here comes pressure. He lobs it out there.
Oh.
Almost knocked away by Dupes, but it was a lob to the right of Marrero, incomplete. I think that may be the first incomplete pass for Ballard
I believe
tonight.
you're right, yeah. And what was nice is finally got some pressure on him, got him out of the pocket, running away from his strong side, so he couldn't get a lot on it. Just tried to toss it over, and Dupe's been about another inch taller. He would have had it.
2nd and 21 for Ballard from their own 45. Well, the Centurions have fought their way back into this game on the back of 2 kickoff returns. Hawkins under center. Farmer the lone back. Hand off to Farmer. Breaks it, has a big hole up the middle. Stutter steps. It's going to finally be brought down.
Just short of the first down.
In Centurion territory, so about a 19-yard gain for Farmer. Had a huge hole up the middle. Ball's going to be marked. It'll be 3rd and about 2 for Ballard.
The Centurions are playing that 3-4 defense, brought both outside linebackers almost on like a blitz, and they couldn't get to Farmer. He found a hole, but once he got through there, the middle of the field was wide open. Huge play there.
Make it 3rd and 2 for the Bruins. Marrero in motion. Hand off to Farmer. Tries to get out to the left side. His speed just beats everybody there. Dobbs with a nice tackle from behind, but we got a flag.
Got a hold, I believe.
And it'll probably be a hold. It's going to be a hold against Ballard, and that's going to bring that run back. And
I don't know if it was either Dupes or Parr was being held. Tried to get around the corner, and the guy reached across his jersey there.
That could explain why we have some big runs here. Those holds that don't get seen going to create some big runs, but that one was caught. Take the big gain away. That would have been a first down, and that's going to bring up a big 3rd down situation for Ballard.
But there again, that's where they've done most of their damage tonight, Mike's on these 3rd downs that are long, too.
So it is 3rd and 12 from the 46-yard line of the Centurions. It'll be interesting if Ballard considers this 2-down territory here.
Well, I was just thinking the same thing, and I would think if they even get half of this yardage, I would think it would have to be. All right, Centurion fans getting into it.
3rd and 12. Centurions defense need a big stop here. Trips to the right, 1 receiver left. Jackson in the game, back with Hawkins. He's going to get it. He drops. Here comes some pressure. There's a flag, another hold. Hawkins going to keep it, and he's going to go out of bounds at looks like at the original stake, but we got another hold against Ballard. It's interesting what Coach Cantwell does.
I think he might. I don't know.
He may take this to move back.
He's going to decline this one, though. Bring up that 4th down.
4th and 10.
So good pressure that time by the Centurion defense. Coach Riley brought the pressure to 2 blitzers from the back side of Hawkins so that he had to turn and flush the pocket and couldn't find a receiver at that point. Turned it upfield, and I think Ballard's going to punt.
Here comes the punting unit for Ballard.
So unless something's different here, this will be the first time the Centurions have held tonight.
Ethan Barnett in for the punt. That kind of surprised me. I'm not sure if I want to give the Centurions any chance to return the ball. 9 minutes exactly to go here. Leaper is back, setting up about the 15-yard line. I'm sorry, it's Gage is back, setting up at the 15. Okay, it's a low line drive. Going to take a bounce. Oh, now it takes a great bounce for Ballard. It's going to roll to about the fort. It's still rolling now. It stops. Centurions will take over on their own 14-yard line. So the Centurion defense holds, and we'll see what the Cal offense can do here.
Well, it's been waiting for. They finally got Ballard off the field, and the offense is coming out just for the second time. Here we are, halfway through the second quarter, and Centurions have about 5 yards of offense.
Well, the Centurion offense should be rested.
They're definitely rested.
So ball's on their own 14-yard line. Definitely need to get a couple first downs. Get that ball down the field. Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino under center. Hand off to Zimmer. Big hole on the right, but
Good
man,
tackle.
that hole filled up quickly.
51. That would be Phillip Cox. Man, he got there quick coming down that line.
Zimmer looked like he had a big hole off right tackle like he did last week. It was going to give him about a 10-yard gain, and Cox out of nowhere from behind brings him down.
Yep, he did. He did have, though. You're right, Mike, but got caught from behind.
2nd and 10, ball at the 14. Leaper and Adam Ballard, who's in the game, split out to the left side. Now Parr and Dupes split go from the left to the right. Hand off to Zimmer up the middle, and he's met at the line and brought down. That big boy was number 9. That was Brendan Mullaney with the tackle.
There you see some of that speed right there. Mullaney got there quick as well. So 2 straight runs by Zimmer. No gain. Brings up a long 3rd and 10 for Sabatino here.
3rd and 10 for the Centurions. Sabatino, his only pass play of the night, he rolled out to avoid that big rush. And we got whistles blowing by the official for some reason. It looks like Will Parr must have something on his uniform. So he goes out, and Gage Guerin comes into the game.
I'm not sure what's going on. Parr's over talking to Coach Hilliard, and they're just looking at each other with their hands up.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. All Parr did was get a drink of water.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there.
So 3rd and 10 for the Centurions. See if they can convert a long 3rd down. Trips go to the left this time. Sabatino in the shotgun with Zimmer to his right.
Looks like blitzer's coming.
Quick pass outside,
no.
going to be intercepted by Ballard. At the 30, brought back to the 20, running out of bounds with that interception is number 30. That is Terrell Hearn with the interception.
Well, they brought 2 blitzers, and Sabatino felt the pressure and released it. Leaper was running the seam. He actually was kind of open, but never even looked back. Didn't even see the ball. Easy interception there for the Bruins to return it back and put them in scoring position.
So the Bruins will take over at their own 22-yard line. It's only the 2nd interception of the year for Ballard. They forced 5 fumbles. Well, their 2nd interception, but that one was right to Hearn. And they will take over with 7:03 to go here in the half.
This defense has been out there the whole game.
The ball and the 20 Centurions have only run 6 plays from the line of scrimmage, but only trailed by 6. Hawkins hands off to Farnell. He keeps the play action. Fires out to the right. Intercepted right back. It is Gage Guerin. He's returning the ball down the sideline. He could go all the way. They're not going to catch him. It's going to be a 96-yard interception return for the Centurions.
Wow.
Gage Guerin with the INT. And the Centurion team continues to amaze me tonight.
Boy, talking about finding different ways to score tonight. That is just incredible. And what a play there. Good play action pass, but Guerin didn't bite on it at all. Hawkins released it, kind of floated it a little bit. Guerin went high up in the air to make that catch. Broke the receiver's tackle, then he was gone. What a 96-yard play.
You know, I mean, we're going to look at halftime stats. They're going to be way in favor of Ballard. But Centurions, they kick this extra point, they're going to be leading. Masters holding. Cornett in for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. And with 6:45 to go in the half, somehow the Centurions lead this game 21-20.
I tell you, all that matters what's on the scoreboard, and it's good to see these Centurions excited as well. And we're just saying this defense has played the whole game. I mean, they've been out here on this hot night. It's 90 degrees out here, and but just a great play there by Gage Guerin. And wow, for him to have 2 touchdowns tonight, and neither one's been on offense.
Yeah. Centurions have 3 touchdowns, and none of them been on offense. I mean, Centurions have run a total of 6 plays from offense right now.
So if you're Ballard, I mean, what are you thinking here? I mean, you've played a great offensive game. Your offense has been out there the whole night. You're wearing down the Centurion defense, and you're down by 1.
And we talked about before the game, one of the weird stats in this Ballard team was they had thrown more interceptions than they had touchdowns coming into this game by 2.
And they've looked good tonight. I mean, this offense has played really well for Ballard.
So we now have 6:45 to go. Centurions have 5 yards of total offense. Ballard 207 on the evening. And the Centurions lead 21-20. You just find a way, don't you? And who knows what time of possession is. We've had the ball for probably a minute and a half in the game.
Maybe.
Cornett ready to kick. This is going to be a high, short one. Going to be taken by Marrero. Tries it up the middle, and the Centurion Dupes has his helmet come off, but stays in to make the tackle. Along out there with Gregory Gitcher.
Gitcher's pretty excited about that. Nice play there. Finally kept him on this side of the field.
So Ballard now will get the ball back with 6:39 to go here in the first half, and they'll take the ball over on their own 38-yard line.
All right, so here we go again. See if his defense can back on the field again. Got John Young subbing in just a little bit, trying to get these linemen some breaks here and there. All right, we're actually going to.
We'll see. It's still going to be Hawkins is still going to be the quarterback in the backfield now. It's going to be Kenton Jackson.
Try to see the line up here. Looks like the defense switched from that 3-4 back to a 4-2.
Hawkins hands off to Jackson. Jackson's going to be met at the line. And a good tackle there.
Got John Young in there.
On the bottom and still on the ground is Babin.
Yep.
We've got one Babin out. We don't need the other one out. So they're calling for the trainer to come out. I think he just took a shot to the head. He was down at the very bottom of that pile.
Yep, he's in a lot of pain. He's a tough young man.
It's a 2-yard gain for Jackson. And we got an injury timeout on the field, it looks like.
Well, inspiration can come from anywhere. Greek Islands, Mediterranean markets, or Mom's Kitchen. That's exactly where Tzatziki's has discovered some of the most innovative dishes yet. Their recipe for creating the deliciously unexpected is simple. Wholesome ingredients with a dash of inspiration. Join Tzatziki's for lunch or dinner any day of the week. Visit Tzatziki's restaurants in Middletown and St. Matthews. E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all Cal's Kentucky campuses. For questions, please feel free to contact us at enews@caschools.us. To subscribe, you can visit our website at caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics.
And kudos to Holly Foster. She does a great job putting that all together. Of course, parents from each individual team kind of write the stories. They send it to her, then she edits everything and puts it all together. And what a great publication that comes out the first of every week.
It's amazing, yeah. If you don't subscribe to that, whether you're a grandparent, aunt, and uncle, it's fantastic because it really does cover all sports, including the intramurals. And it's always great to see some of those pictures and some of those articles coming out of the intramurals, and so fantastic.
So Babin still down on the ground. And he is limping on, not even put any pressure on his left leg. So that is never a good sign. So our prayers for that young man. He is maybe the heart and soul of that defense. So we're going to be back to action here. It'll be 2nd and 7. Make that a 3-yard gain for Jackson. Like Justin McDonald into the game, taking Babin's spot. Going to be a handoff in the backfield, and in the backfield, Will Parr gets through everybody to bring down Dedrick Hamilton, who was in running the ball for the first time. And that's going to bring up that 3rd and 10, a 3rd and long.
Yeah, well played there by Parr. Man, he just read that perfectly. He was standing there and just made a perfect disciplined tackle. Good job.
Harrison Zimmer now into the game for Jay Mack, who had took Babin's spot. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Bruins. Hawkins a quarterback, Hamilton the running back to his right. He's got 1 receiver right and 2 to the left. And Centurions just went off sides.
Well, that'll give Ballard the option here to run the ball. So it definitely opens up another door for them. So especially the way Farmer's run the ball tonight.
Exactly. Farmer not in the game. Farmer hadn't been in on the series, which is rather amazing. It's going to make it 3rd and 5 for Ballard. Doesn't look like they switched plays at all. So they have trips to the left, 1 receiver right. Hawkins takes the snap, back to pass, looking left now, goes back right. It's going to be
tip.
Over the hands. That ball
Harrison
was tipped
Zimmer
out there by Harrison Zimmer and then went right off the hands of Rashad Bishop. He tipped it just enough to get it out of his hand, and that's going to bring up a 4th down play. And in comes the punting unit, and the Centurions defense is held again.
Yeah, good job by Harrison there. Came in, just that it was his first play at inside linebacker. Played that zone coverage really well. Jumped and was able to make that tip and get it out of the Ballard's players' hands.
Ethan Barnett, the freshman, in to do the punting. I'm sorry, it is Ethan Barnett. Centurions with 2 people back, Leaper and Guerin, and we know they're both dangerous. We've seen that tonight. This is a high, short one. Centurions are clearing out of the way. It's going to take like a bounce. That Ballard player just looked like he touched it.
Yep, they called it dead right where he touched it.
They're going to call it dead. Centurions. We got a flag back here, and we're going to have another holding on Ballard. So it'll be interesting if Coach Cantwell, I'm not sure if they can take that from where the ball spotted on the reception or if they got to move it back and have him repunt.
That's where Coach Cantwell is coming over and talking to him now with him to see, do you want the ball or you want to re-kick?
So holding on Ballard. And Centurions are going to take it from where the ball was received, it looks like. So the ball's at the 28 right now, so this should push it up to the 38. And that's what's going to happen. So we have 5:16 to go in the first half. That ball's coming up to the 38, and that's where the Centurions will take over at their own 38-yard line.
Decent field position. Boy, I'd like to see this Centurion offense. Let's just start with the small things. Let's pick up a first down this first series here, or this series.
I say we just do the play action and go long, man.
Let's
just go for it all. 1st and 10, Centurion. Sabatino under center. Parr and Dupes. Motion from left to right. Play action. Fired across the middle, and Parr did not get turned around quick enough. No, Dupes did not get turned around quick enough. Wide open.
He was wide open.
Had some space to run, but he just turned around a little too late.
Not sure why he wasn't looking. That's two pass plays in a row, last series and this series, where Sabatino's delivered the ball and the receivers hadn't even been looking for it.
So make it 2nd and 10. That had first down written all over it.
Yeah, it was a great read there by Sabatino.
Zimmer in the backfield. King and Leaper split to the right side. Centurions going double tight end in almost all their series. Now Dupes goes in motion, sets up right behind Sabatino, hand off to Zimmer, and Zimmer just doesn't have any running room.
Yeah, 44 was sitting there waiting on Justice Thompson. Brings up this long 3rd down, 3rd and 11. I believe they lost a yard on that.
That they did. 4:56 to go first half, and clock is running. Anthony Sabatino, the quarterback, gets the play from the side. I don't think we have a completed pass this evening. Well, we only had 5 yards of offense coming into the series. So
now I guess that'd be 4 total.
And if you just turned in, you're thinking 5 yards of offense, we're getting killed. Centurions are leading 21-20. Sabatino back to pass looking, fires as King goes right through his hands. Centurions just cannot get that key play they need. King looked like he was hearing some footsteps there maybe, and that's going to bring in the punting unit with 4:21 to go here in the first half.
That pass was just a little high and behind, but it still was catchable. He had both hands on it, just went through there.
So Centurions are going to punt for the second time this evening. Sabatino is the punter. Marrero and Bird are the two deep men for Ballard. They line up about the 30-yard line. Sabatino going to kick a line drive to the right, takes a great hop for the Centurions. And Marrero picks it up on the short hop, waiting for a wall of blockers, trying to get outside. If he gets outside, it's going to be trouble. Going all the way to the side. Great tackle by Sutherland on the far side as he ran step for step with him. And it looked like it was going to be a great return, and Sutherland saved potential touchdown right there.
Yeah, Sutherland did a great job, and he picked his point of contact really well in order to cut that last yard off to make the tackle. So great job. Good football play there by Sutherland.
So it looked like it was going to be a fantastic punt by Sabatino. It kept taking bounces, and then a ball just bounced right up into the hands of Marrero. Read his blockers, went to the far side of the field, but Sutherland there to stop him. 1st and 10 for Ballard on their own 40. We have 4:06 to go in the first half, 21-20. Centurions with the 1-point lead. And we're going to have a timeout by Ballard. Hewley, the wide receiver, looked like he had no idea where he was supposed to be, just raising his hands up in the air, and Coach Morton calls a timeout. With 4:06 to go, and the Centurions, no first downs, and lead the game 21-20.
Well, Mike, we were talking about just a second ago about E-News, how such a great weekly publication is, but one of my favorite ways to keep up is through Twitter. Follow Cal Athletics on Twitter for Centurion Athletic news and game updates. You can find that on Cal Athletics at Centurion AD. And what's great about doing it on Twitter is you get that nightly, and while games are going on, get updates and from all the different sports. And all you got to do is just look down at your phone. So just a great way to keep up with all the varsity sports.
Everybody got a little rest. Everybody got some water on this hot, muggy night. But what a beautiful full moon we have tonight. It is a clear evening. It is just hot.
Good crowd tonight, both sides. Another big crowd by the Centurions. Good support.
Big game. They take on the 10th-ranked team in 6A tonight. A big game for the Centurions. 4:06 to go, first 10-10. Farmer back in the game for Ballard. In motion goes Marrero. Hawkins, play action, and he's going to go down.
Good pressure there. Was that Minrath? Yeah, Will Minrath came in and did a good job, and Hawkins tried to cut back underneath him, lost his footing, so good play.
You know, it is surprising to me the success that Ballard's had with Farmer. They've stopped going. Didn't play last series.
Yeah, he has
looks
been,
like they stopped going to him.
You're right, Mike. I mean, to me, he has been unstoppable tonight. He hasn't had positive yardage every carry he's had.
4-yard loss for Ballard. It's going to be 2nd and 14. One receiver right, two to the left. Farmer in the backfield. Hawkins under center. He's going to hand off to Farmer this time. Fake left, goes to the right. He's going to get some yardage back across the 40 up to about the 42. Going to be about a 7-yard gain. That's going to bring up another 3rd down for Ballard.
Will Parr on that tackle. John Young coming in for this 3rd down play.
3rd and 8.
There we go. Got to keep these big plays from happening.
Centurion's defense has stiffened on the last few 3rd play downs. 2 receivers left. One split out to the right. Watch Farmer out of the backfield, though. Hawkins in the shotgun. Hawkins takes a straight drop. Here comes pressure. He's going to let it go long. Out there is Guerin, and he tips it away on great defense.
Fantastic job.
Going out there for Telly Bird, and Guerin was step for step with him, turned his head, knocked the pass away. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 8 and another punting situation for Ballard.
2 great plays there by Guerin. One for the interception return for a touchdown, but that one was just as important. He was step for step for their favorite receiver in Bird, and turned his head just the right time. What you teach those corners to do is you look at those receivers' eyes, and then you turn your head and bats that ball away. Just a fantastic play there by Gage Guerin.
Ethan Barnett in to do the punting again as he sets up at his 30. Guerin and Leeper back at the Centurion 25. They move up to the 30 now. Barnett's punts have been short. If they can get a fair catch, it'll help. And this one he kind of booms a little more. Guerin's going to take it. He's going to be grappled to the ground. Nice catch. And then a nice grapple to the ground by Dylan Brown. But Guerin grabs it, and the Centurions will take over at their own 28.
Yep.
And we have no holding on Ballard that time.
All right, so this offense, I tell you what, see if we can get, like I said, Mike, we just need a first down.
Sabatino, you talked about earlier, he has made some good passes, but the receivers haven't been ready.
2 good reads, but both times the receivers were not even looking for the ball.
And he may have had to hurry a few of those throws, and the receivers aren't ready, but he's got to tell his receivers, you may want to look about a yard earlier now. Zimmer in the backfield, and Zimmer gets the ball. He's got a hole up the middle this time, 35, and he's going to have the first down of the evening for the Centurions.
Looked much more comfortable that time. 2 good blocks on that line as he hit that A-gap. He did not get touched for 5 yards and then got the rest on his own. Nice job.
And mark it down with 2:25 to go in the first half. The Centurions move the chains for the first time. Ball on the 41, 1st and 10. Guerin and Adam Ballard split out to the left side. Leeper to the right. Hand off to Zimmer again. And boy, he is going to be slammed to the ground. He looked like he had a block to go out to the left side, and Braden Gates said, you are not going anywhere, young man.
I'm telling you, if Gates hadn't got him, Harrison Zimmer would have had huge yardage because both linebackers for Ballard had blitzed and missed Zimmer as a little delay handoff. But good play there by that young man for Ballard.
Boy, and this is the difference we have seen. All due respect to South Oldham, this speed.
Oh, it's amazing.
And,
yeah, they can recover really quick.
How they hit is just a different level from what the Centurions have seen this year. 2nd and 11 for the Centurions. Hand off to Zimmer again. Tries to power it up the middle. Gets across the 40 out to about the 42. And there's a flag that has come out.
Yep. Got a feeling this may, see if they call this one way. It's going to be on sportsmanlike conduct. See if they call it on both players or just one.
Personal foul against the Centurions. And it looks like it's just going to go one way, and that's going to move.
Yeah, it's going to
back
pull that
most
back.
Likely. Nope. The hand goes up again. Personal up. He just redid it.
Dead ball. Okay. Yep, there you go.
So there goes the play.
Saw it happened right after the play on the pile there. So
that moves it back to the 27, being a dead ball foul. It will go to 3rd down. And it's 3rd and a long, long way for the Centurions.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake like you did. You don't want to throw an interception here. Give them good field position.
1:19 to go. Clock is running. Trips to the left. They're saying 4th down. It should just be 3rd down, though.
Yeah, so there's some confusion here.
Yeah,
it's
only 3rd down. No, it was that they ran 2 plays, which would make it 3rd down. Then the personal foul was a dead ball, so it's only 3rd down.
Right.
On the far side, they have the sticks at 4th down. So the officials are conferring now, trying to figure out what this is. If they would just ask us, we could tell them.
That's right. Well,
Coach
Cantwell, he knew what was going on, but kind of heard the crowd yell and thought, well, let's call timeout. Let's make sure we get this right.
The other thing is they had 3rd down on the marker across the way. It looked like they moved it to 4th, like during the middle of the
play.
Middle of the play.
We sure got a lot of people talking here about this.
So it should be 3rd down. It's an awful long discussion for just saying this should be 3rd down. So the chain marker is still showing 4th down. And there is no way it's 4th down. So I do not know what the confusion. Here comes Coach Morton from Ballard to get in on the discussion. Coach Cantwell moving his team away from the officials. So we're trying to.
There's a lot of talking.
I'm this is pretty confusing for what really should not be that confusing of a call. So I'm not sure why the official is talking to why the discussion's taking so long with the downs marker, but now it's going back to third down. So a big cheer from the Centurion side, and we are just like we thought it was, 3rd and 23.
Right back where we started.
Ball's on the 27. Ballard, Guerin, Leaper all go out to the left side. Parr, tight end on the right side. Zimmer in the backfield with Sabatino. Officials are still waiting, and now the whistle blows. Now we are ready to play. 1:09 to go here in the first half. The clock was running before all this confusion. Now the clock is not running. Sabatino is a reverse back the other way to Zimmer. He's going to get across the 25 to the 27. He's going to be thrown down.
Flag.
That should be a flag. That was a flag in the pro game I saw the other day, or college game. But no flag is thrown, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And we had a timeout by Ballard with 52 seconds to go.
Yeah, smart call there by Ballard to stop that clock. They're going to get this ball back with under a minute to go. But we've seen this offense make some big plays. So I know Coach feels pretty good about that. As far as Coach Morton, feels like, give me one more shot. But you said it earlier, Mike, this Ballard defense is just a step quicker and step stronger than the other teams we played this year, and have not been able to make the adjustments on offense to figure out what to do.
So Centurions will be punting again. This is the 3rd punt of the evening for the Centurions. We have seen some explosiveness on the side of Ballard, or the potential for explosiveness there in the return. Marrero and Bird are back. They're setting up at their own 35. Sabatino in to do the punt. Now Marrero is running back, making Bird the only man, so it looks like Ballard is coming full force to try to block this. Sabatino gets off a great punt. Bird's going to take it at the 29. And a nice Gage Guerin with a great tackle from behind on Bird to bring him down at the 37. He took the ball about the 32 and got back to the 37. Gage Guerin with a tackle, and with 43 seconds to go, Ballard will take over on their own 37-yard line.
All right, so Cal defense needs to get some pressure on Hawkins. He has shown that if he gets some pressure, he will get rushed a little bit. We've seen him slip, at least twice tonight.
Farmer's going to be in the backfield. Hawkins stays in as the quarterback.
Look for Farmer coming out of that backfield too.
Bishop splits out to the left side. 3 receivers to the right. Hawkins in the shotgun. Points to the linebacker to his left. Takes a straight drop. Here comes some pressure from Parr. Parr barely misses him. Throw comes out, completed. And running out of bounds is Marrero. He gets out to the 43-yard line.
Good play by Hawkins there. Just felt the pressure, ran out of enough just to find the crossing receiver coming across his face. Make an easy throw, pick that 7-8 yards up.
They mark the ball at the 44, 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 with 35 seconds to go. Trips to the right. Bishop on the short side to the left. Hawkins back to pass again. Has time. Throws it across the middle. Going to be complete. We got a hold in the backfield, I believe. Or a roughing the passer. I'm not sure which. But Marrero with a nice catch across midfield. We got offensive holding.
Yep. Good pressure there.
That has got to be about the 5th holding foul against Ballard tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if the Centurions have gotten to Hawkins tonight, but they put the pressure on him. But they definitely have been picking up the holds. It could be part of the reason. That was a great catch by Marrero, though.
He was amongst about 3 Centurions there. So take the pass play away. That would have been a first down and put Ballard in Centurion territory and roll the ball back all the way to the 27-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd and 20 now. I'm sorry. Yeah, at the 28, so I guess it's 2nd and 19. Hamilton in the backfield now. Under center is Hawkins. He hands off to Hamilton, and he's going to be met out there by Sutherland, who runs him right into another Centurion to bring him down. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half, and unbelievably, 1 first down for the Centurions, but a 21-20 lead. We'll be back in about 12 minutes with a recap of the first half. Second half action as Centurions lead the Bruins 21-20 at halftime. Take a break, everybody. Welcome back to Christian Academy Louisville football, where we are involved in what may be one of the strangest games that I've ever seen in my entire life. The good news is Centurions lead at halftime 21-20. But once Darren shares the stats with us for the first half, you will say, how in the world can we be ahead 21-20? But it all started out with Ballard. They took over Centurion. Great coverage on the opening kickoff. Ballard took over at their own 28. But 6 plays later, they marched to 72 yards, ending in a 10-yard pass from the quarterback Hawkins to Jordan Farmer. One of 2 touchdowns for Farmer in that first quarter, actually. The extra point was good, and Ballard went ahead 7-0. The Ballard defense, which has been dominant the entire game, forced a 3-and-out on the Centurions in their first possession, and after the punt, Ballard took over deep in their own territory again on the 26, but 9 plays later this time, covering the 74 yards. It was a 3-yard run by Jordan Farmer. Extra point was good, and Ballard went up 14-0, and quite honestly, it looked like they were going to control the whole game. They were out quicking the Centurions, outsizing the Centurions, but Luke Leeper, the senior, took charge, and he took that next kickoff back 80 yards. For a kickoff return, extra point was good. Centurions trailed 14-7. Ballard took the next kickoff and had a great return on this one to get it back to the Centurion 41. And 6 plays later, they scored again, this time a 22-yard pass from Hawkins to Bishop. But the extra point was missed, and Ballard went up 20-7. That's right, they had the ball 3 times. They scored every time. But then the Centurions, Gage Guerin, who said, well, Luke Leeper, if you can do it, I can do it too. And he took the next kickoff, and he returned it 80 yards. And the Centurions with the extra point, good, trailed 20-14. And then the Centurion defense held for the first time and forced a punt by Ballard. Centurions took over on their own 14-yard line, and on their third play, Terrell Herna Ballard intercepted a pass and gave Ballard the ball at about the 24-yard line of the Centurions. But on the very next play, Tristan Hawkins threw an interception. Gage Guerin intercepted at the 4, ran it back 96 yards, and the Centurions had the extra point, was good, and the Centurions led 21-20. And then it was 2 punts by Ballard, 2 punts by the Centurions, and we come to halftime with a 21-20 lead. We'll be back in a minute with the first half stats, second half action from Taziki Field at Christian Academy. Welcome back to Taziki Field. Christian Academy of Louisville leads Ballard at halftime 21-20. Last week they played a 6A team, trailed 14-13 at halftime, but this time they lead 21-20. But Darren, the stats are a little different than last week.
This is absolutely amazing as we're sitting here. First downs tonight, only 1 for Cal in that first half, 9 for Ballard. Rushing yards tonight, Cal hanging in at 19 yards, 78 for Ballard. Passing tonight, or this evening, 0 for 4, 0 passing yards for the Centurions, 8 for 12, 145 for the Bruins. Total plays in that first half, 15 for only 19 yards of offense for the Centurions, 30 plays, 223 yards of offense for that Ballard Bruin offense, as we said. Punts, penalties, we got 3 for 25 for the Centurions, 5 for 47 for Ballard. Third down efficiency tonight, we talked about that's been a killer. Ballard's really capitalized on that. 4 of 7 on third downs. Cal 0 for 4. Punts tonight, 3 for a 40-yard average for the Centurions and 3 for a 30-yard average for Ballard. Some individual stats tonight. First for Ballard, 5. If I can get down through here. Passing tonight, Tristan Hawkins, number 6, was 8 for 12, 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Hawkins finished with -6 yards. Jackson finished with 5, and Farmer, the workload tonight, 12 attempts, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Ballard receiving tonight, Marrero had 4 for 54 yards, for 52 yards with a long of 31 to lead the Bruins. For the Centurions, real quick here, we'll try to get some individual stats. Passing tonight, as we mentioned, Sabatino 0 for 4, 0 yards. I can't remember last time there was 0 passing yards for the Centurions and a half. Rushing, Sabatino had 0, and then Harrison Zimmer, as we mentioned, had 8 attempts, gained 7, lost 4, finished with 13 yards. Receiving, Kevin King, as we said, no reception tonight, had 1 attempt at it. And then defense tonight, Will Parr leading the way with 6, and Gage Guerin right behind him with 5.
So offensively, Darren, what do you do to kickstart this Cal offense? This Ballard defense, and we talked before the game, it looked like they were good just from all the turnovers they'd forced. You knew they're going to be quick. You knew they were going to hit hard, but, man, they have been impressive.
Yeah, it is. And, as we mentioned, as we played these two 5A teams, we played, Eastern last week, but I tell you, this is just a different level. We mentioned this team's 1 and 2, but they've lost to 2 other top 4 teams in 6A, and they're ranked 10th with this record. They're just a step faster, a step stronger, so we're going to have to make some adjustments. Can you use that to your advantage in some way? If you can't match that, but Harrison Zimmer, a couple of those holes have opened up, but man, he's gotten taken down from behind, and that's where we see that athleticism come in. So they're going to have to make some adjustments, maybe make some quicker passes, try to make a man miss. I'd still like to see them get Gage Guerin out. They had 2 good pass plays, especially I really liked how they had the tight end. I think it was a Parr Dupes that came off running down the seam. He's wide open. Same thing happened to Luke Leeper. They just weren't ready for the ball.
And Ballard missing their top receiver tonight, and Josh Minkins is not even in the game.
Probably, and arguably their top defensive player with him as well.
Marrero, who's looked, I thought, great on offense tonight, has caught balls for -6 yards this year. So some Ballard, as Coach Cantwell told us before, if somebody gets hurt on Ballard, it's just a different name, same body type coming into the game.
And I guess Hawkins has gone the whole way, right? Cummins
he has. We've not seen Cummins tonight. So the good news is Centurions are going to receive another kickoff. They've had major success in that area tonight. Guerin and Leeper both with a kick return. We'll see what Coach Morton has done. Will Boehm to kick off. We have a new kicker for Ballard this time. Same return man for the Centurions. The freshman goes to the ball. He's going to hit a ground ball. It's going to be taken at the 25-yard line by Ballard, and he's going to get across the 30 to the 33. So the best defense is a ground ball kickoff for Ballard.
Yeah, smart play actually, Ballard. Why wouldn't you do something like that? Keeps the Centurions around the 30-yard line. You give up a little bit of yardage there, but you're not giving up a touchdown.
So Centurions will take over at their own 33. Let's see what adjustments Coach Cantwell has made on this team and see if this offense can get going. They did have 1 first down the last time they had the ball on a 12-yard run by Zimmer. Kevin King and Leeper split out to the left side. Guerin off to the right. Zimmer is the lone back. Sabatino under center. And Zimmer fake to him. Handoff goes to Guerin around the left side. Cuts back, breaks a tackle at the 40, 45, 50. He's got the first down, and there's the first change in the offense we've seen. The first time we've seen that play this year.
Yeah, it is, and that's what we were talking about. Guerin's got the speed that he can compete with anybody out here for sure. And just a little misdirection there, bring him back opposite of the field behind that big line. The linebackers can't see him. And he made 2 good stiff arms and cutbacks, pick up that yardage, pick up the first down.
Ball gets to midfield, make it a 17-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Centurions.
So, Mike, there's where the offense made an adjustment right there, did it with a misdirection.
This time King and Leeper come right. Guerin just off the right end, now switches to the left side with Will Parr. Zimmer the lone back. Sabatino keeps, here comes pressure, and he throws it away, throws it at the feet of Guerin. And here comes a flag for roughing the passer. In on him quickly was Joseph Chapman. What a great job by Sabatino just to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to set up an inside screen with Gage Guerin there, and had it set up, and the pressure just came too quick. It was just too fast. Sabatino, as you said, just did a great job getting it away for the incomplete pass, but there will be a roughing of the passer here and pick up 15 yards for Centurions.
Sabatino turned around, and all of a sudden about 1 foot from him was the Ballard defender. Right. A great job getting rid of it. And that's going to give the Centurions a first down via the penalty route.
Wow, that's a huge play. It's going to move the ball all the way up to, the 35-yard line of the Bruins.
15-yard penalty, 1st and 10, in Ballard territory for Christian Academy. We got a whistle.
I think we're having some chain troubles over there. Tell you, the Ballard coaches are upset.
Official went over.
You want to know why that was roughing the passer? And he said what he did is actually he put his hand and went up and under the helmet, and that's what caused the helmet to come off, so that's why he called it.
So 1st and 10 for the Centurions. King and Leeper to the right. Sabatino under center. Hand off to Zimmer. And, man, there is just no running room. This Ballard defensive line is just pushing the Centurions back. And it's going to be about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Yeah, Harrison's great about it. I mean, one of the things that Coach talks about is how hard he hits a hoe and how fast. But, I mean, he pops up in there, but there is nowhere to go at this moment.
2 yard loss back to the 37. Sabatino in the shotgun this time. He has Guerin and King to the left. Back to pass, looking right. Going to lob it out to Leaper. Had his man beat, but just overthrown.
Yep, he had to get rid of it about a half a second before he wanted to, trying to loft it up there, and Luke just could not get underneath there. And I tell you, Sabatino took another hard hit, couldn't brace himself, landed right on his tailbone.
He did. Comes up limping just a little bit, trying to get it loose. It'll be 3rd and 12. As you go back to the offensive huddle, ready to play, there's no limp then. It's just coming over to get the call. That limp has amazingly gone away. And we're going to have a timeout by the Centurions, I believe. Yes, it is. I think the play clock was running down. We have 10:26 to go in the third quarter, 21-20. Centurions, Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action for you as the Centurions lead.
Well, the Centurion Armory is Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Friday, 2:30 to 4 o'clock until 7 p.m. at all home football games. If you haven't got a chance, you need to get in there and take a look at all the great stuff they've got in there for your favorite teams. For the Centurions, as I was coming in tonight, I saw a family of 4. Man, they were heading right in there. So just remember that for all home games. It's open until 7 o'clock. For Cal Sport game scores and schedules, don't forget to visit our website, www.caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics.
So big game in Nashville tomorrow, University of Louisville, Western Kentucky. The only reason I bring that up, Clay Davis, former Christian Academy player, one of the captains for Western Kentucky tomorrow. 3rd and 12 for the Centurions. Sabatino back to pass. Here comes pressure.
Yep.
Goes a little screen to Zimmer. Ball's on the ground. Zimmer recovered it, though. And, man, there was just pressure on Sabatino. 4 Ballard players around Zimmer. And there was nowhere to go, and ball coughed up, but Zimmer recovers back at the 45, and the punting unit will be on.
I mean, that inside screen, trying to set that up again. And I tell you what, Ballard, this front four did not bite on that whatsoever. It's luckily that Centurions actually kept possession after that.
Sabatino in the punt. Bird is back. Telly Bird is back at the 10-yard line. So a good punt with little return here can put Ballard in a deep spot. Punt got away. It's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to mark it. Not a bad punt, all said. Marks it at the 15. I thought it was going to be marked a lot farther up.
Come up another 10 yards, but got a favorable mark where it crossed out of bounds line. So good job there by Sabatino. Got a lot of pressure coming in, about 3 or 4 Ballard players.
So 9:33 to go in the third quarter. 21-20 Centurions. I think you'd see a little bit of that offensive line getting a little tired, it looked like in that time. The Ballard, a little fresh. They run a few more people in, seem to have control of the line.
Well, and that's going to be a telltale sign. I mean, you look at that first half, and the Ballard offense ran 30 plays to Cal's 15, but what that means is that this Centurion defense was out there twice as long, and they've got to start feeling that at some point.
Hawkins back at quarterback. Farmer in the backfield. Marrero in motion. Farmer gets the ball. Cuts left, cuts right. Finally brought down after he gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line. You know, not only is he hard to bring down, but he cuts so quickly.
He did, yeah. No, he's shifty, too. You saw it twice there on that play to read the defensive end and what the block that was happening. So he cut inside once and then went back to the outside, and that's huge yardage there on first down.
So make it 2nd and 4 for the Bruins. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Hawkins in the shotgun this time. Has Marrero go in motion. Marrero sets. Hawkins hands off to Farmer. Tries to follow his blockers.
Still running.
Breaks a couple of tackles, gets the first down. Kevin King finally with the tackle. Will Parr coming up with his arm very sore, and it's going to be first down, Ballard.
A lot of try to make arm tackles there, and they should have learned that Farmer is not going to go down that way. You have got to wrap him up with two hands and drive with your shoulder pads. You got to at least go low on him.
Will Parr is going to come out, have that arm looked at. Way out to the right side goes Telly Bird. 1st and 10 for Ballard. Ball at the 35. Hand off to Farmer again. He hits the hole quickly, and he just keeps plowing forward across the 40 to the 41, a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, surprised Ballard got away from this a little bit there in the late second quarter. I just keep feeding Farmer till you show that the Centurion defense can stop him. Got a new lineman running here for Ballard.
And we got a glove malfunction for Jackson, who was in at running back. Bad news is that's going to bring Farmer up. Farmer's going to go back out, and Hamilton's going to come in. They can keep Farmer on the sideline as much as they want to. 2nd and 4 for Ballard. 7:45, third quarter. Clock's running. Hawkins in that shotgun. Going to pitch outside. Ball on the ground from Hamilton. Now he's going to get tackled for the loss.
I tell you, the 2 times that Hamilton's run the ball tonight, he's taken 2 big shots.
On the bottom of that pile, Big John Young. As it was a pitch to Hamilton, he did not look it into his hands, fumbled it, then was tackled. So it is now 3rd and 10, that long third down again for Ballard.
That's where his defense needs to make a stop, get off the field, get some rest, and get that Centurion offense back on and see if they can get it clicking.
Farmer back in the game. Hawkins in the shotgun. Has Marrero go in motion. Delay to Farmer.
There we go.
Farmer's not going to get it.
Nice job.
He's going to get about a 3-yard gain on the draw, and that's going to bring up a punting situation. The Centurion defense held once again.
Yeah, good job by Will Minrath there. Did a good job holding off his block. He didn't bite on that at all. They actually ran that once or twice in the first half. Read it well again. Actually, as you said, brings up this 4th down. The Centurion defense holds.
6:22 to go in the third quarter. Guerin is back, excuse me. Nope, it is Leeper this time. Freshman Ethan Barnett in to do the kicking. Takes the snap. The ball that Guerin's going to take on the run. Man. Boy, that was scary.
Yeah,
he caught it low, and he was tackled as soon as he hit it, and somehow he held on to it. Hitting him hard was Dylan Brown. But Guerin held on to it, and it's going to be Centurion ball with good field position at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think I would pull Gage over and say, Gage, you've had a huge night, but let's make some good decisions here. Last 2 times he's got the ball, he has gotten drilled right as he's caught it.
Turns take over on their own 40.
All right, see if we can get a rhythm going here.
Be great to have about a 60-yard drive here. But the running attack has been negligible this evening. This Ballard defensive line took it to the Centurions. Play action, quick pass. It's going to be completed this time to Guerin. He breaks a couple of tackles across the 40 down to the 30. That is the pass they've tried to complete a number of times tonight, and Guerin was looking at
right.
Time.
It's been there, and they've tried it once with Luke on the Luke Leeper on the left side. They tried it once with the tight end on the right. Missed it both times. They come back with Guerin coming out of the slot, and there it was. So they have found something in the middle of that field, and they got it. They exposed it there.
31-yard gain down to the 29 of Ballard. Sabatino goes under center. He has 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off to Zimmer.
Wow.
breaks a tackle in the backfield. Boy, I'm telling you, he gets hit about 2 yards behind the line every time, but able to pick up a yard or two that time.
Well, I can tell you every time it's number 51, Philip Cox. That dude is quick coming off that line, and he's a load too.
Ball down to the 28. 1 yard pickup, make it 2nd and 9 for the Centurions. Sabatino taking his time. Adam Ballard and Guerin split left, Leaper to the right. In motion goes Leaper, handoff to Leaper, trying to get outside, he does. 25-20, he's got the first down, cuts
he's
back,
got it.
Leaps one defender and gets all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Nice play.
There's a flag on the play, though. It's going to be holding against the Centurions.
Well, I saw it on the outside there as he went around. One of our tackles was out there, and the Ballard player turned his back. I didn't think they were going to call it for a minute there, but.
So nullify that big run by Leaper and move the ball back.
There again, the Centurions, where they've had a little bit of success here in the second half, has been getting to the corners on these jet sweeps and these inside handoffs.
That moves the ball back to the 40. That's going to make it 2nd and 21 for the Centurions. We've only seen one pass attempt to Will Parr, who had 2 touchdowns last week so far in the game. The Ballard linebackers have been very active, but if you get back in that secondary, Centurions had a little success there. So 2nd and 21.
Don't have to get all this at one time.
In the shotgun is Sabatino. Rolling to his right, looking, throws it out. It's got a complete pass out there to Guerin.
Good job.
Just past the 20, down to the 19. And he got out there, was able to beat Matthew Curd, and Sabatino put it very nicely right where he needed to.
Well, what I loved about Anthony there is as he was rolling out, this time he actually had some time. The offensive line held their blocks on the backside, so Anthony didn't have to look over his shoulder, kept his eyes downfield, made a great throw.
Gets the ball down to the 17, 1st and 10 for the Centurions. 4:04 to go here in the third quarter. King and Guerin to the left this time. Leaper to the short side on the right. Sabatino under center with Zimmer in the backfield. Zimmer gets it, and he is. And there's your boy, Philip Cox. Meets him in the backfield. I'm not sure who's assigned to Phil Cox, but you made me 2 or 3 guys on him.
I tell you what, he is playing that inside, and he is dominating that inside.
So it's going to be a 2-yard loss, make it 2nd and 12.
I mean, he met him at the handoff.
Zimmer finding this defense, the offensive line, a little tougher than the one last week where he ran 300 yards against. 3:27 and ticking. Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action. Sabatino in the shotgun this time. Looking to pass. Going to fire it long. Going for it all. It's going to be.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown in the end zone. What a catch by Gage Guerin.
Wow, what a game there. That is incredible. Gage Guerin, the game he's having. What a catch. He went up, kept his eyes on it, came down. Plenty of space inbounds.
Right to the corner, and Guerin, what concentration. A Ballard defender all over him. And Sabatino once again right on the money. And the Centurions go up 27-20, trying to make it 28 with the extra point by Cornett. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. I tell you, if this game comes down to a field goal, I got a lot of confidence in Cornett. Yeah. He always has some room to go there.
Hey, and what is this, his second game?
Second game.
Second game.
Centurions with 3:12 to go in the third quarter go up 28-20 on the Ballard Bruins.
So nice job there. I love what the offense is doing, though. Coach Cantwell's figured out a fefew things. They found that open seam on that drive that we've been looking at. They tried to get it twice in the first half. Hit it this time for that big, 30-plus yard gain. And then came back with another nice catch on the sideline by Gage Guerin. And then once again, back to Gage in the corner of the end zone. Nice 2 or 3 throws there by Sabatino on that drive.
That was a 2-minute, 44-second drive. That's like half the total time the Centurions had it in the first half.
That's exactly right.
2-minute, 44-second drive, covered 60 yards in 6 plays, ending in that 19-yard pass play to Gage Guerin from Anthony Sabatino. Guerin with the 2 big pass receptions on that drive.
Yeah, exactly. And then in the first series, he had the big run coming around. So, he's having a heck of a game tonight. We still got a long way to go to keep this thing going, but nice job. All 3 phases of the game is now scored, so that's fantastic.
Well, you said we need to find a way to get the ball to Gage Guerin, Darren.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I thought that was a key coming into this tonight, is getting him out in some open field or getting him some creases because, his speed is there.
Dylan Cornett ready to kick off. Back for Ballard is going to be Marrero and Hamilton. Guerin was in on the kick return team, and now he runs off. He wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, I'm used to just being out here all the time, Coach.
Cornett, a high, short one. Marrero's going to take it at the 20. Fakes the handoff, tries to get an opening on the right side, has an opening, breaks a tackle, gets outside.
Leaper.
And
got him.
Leaper is the one that finally stops him. And we have seen some big returns by Ballard tonight. But Centurion's able to stop him, but a big return past the 40 in Centurion territory.
That's about the 3rd time that they brought in Centurion territory on those kickoff returns. This is probably the best of all of them. Well, no, right at the 41. I guess that's about time.
They're going to take it over. Where are they going to mark it? Looks like at the 40.
Keep playing with it, yeah. So
they'll take over on the Centurion 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Centurions with an 8-point lead. 3:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kyle Fuller splits far to the left. Marrero in the slot. Hawkins still the quarterback. Farmer the running back. Hand off to Farmer. Farmer looks for the hole. Bumps off one of his men. Now puts his head down. Plows his way.
He's
still going.
Score.
He's got a touchdown. I thought he was down. Not that I saw his knee go down.
Right.
I thought he was amongst a group of players. Man, he went right through him. A 40-yard touchdown run for Farmer. So Ballard answers the TD by the Centurions with their first TD in a while. That is their first touchdown since right at the start of the 2nd quarter when they went up 20-7.
Yeah, Ballard's going to go for 2 here, Mike. See if they can tie this game up.
40-yard run by Farmer, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 2nd running touchdown.
That was an impressive run by that young man.
I tell you, he bounced off one of his own blockers, slowed him down. Then he hit what I thought was like, I know, that was like 5 or 6 Centurions in there. And everybody got tackled on Ballard except for Farmer.
But there again, the tackles were too high. When he went in there, no one was wrapped around his ankles, and he just kept chugging and broke through.
So we got a little more confusion on the field here. They switched from the middle of the field to the left hash mark for placement of the ball. Well, if I'm Ballard, I'm giving to Farmer. Is there any question what you would do?
Get him to the right up the middle or off to the wide side of the field.
So ball is on the 3. It looks like there's a question what they're going to do. They're all talking to each other. Hawkins in the shotgun. Farmer's to his right. Hawkins is going to keep it. Rolling right. He's going to throw away out there. Incomplete.
I'm with you, Mike. Why are you not going to give it to the best guy on the field tonight as far as for Ballard's side, and that's Farmer. He's averaged 4 or 5 yards a run. That's okay for the Centurions.
I know. Hawkins just led his man too far. He was open, but led him way too far. It is no good, and Centurions lead 28-26 with 2:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
So now it's the Centurions' turn. Offense looked much better on that last series.
So that was a 1-play, 12-second, 40-yard drive by the Centurions, or by Ballard, a 40-yard run by Farmer. No good on the try for 2, which puts Ballard down by 2. 28-26. Guerin and Leaper are back. Will Bullum, the freshman, last time he kicked off to start this half, it was just a squibber, and he's gone squibbing again. This time it's going to be picked up by Guerin at the 20, looking for a hole, tries to get outside. What a great
ducked under a guy.
He ducked under a tackle and got out to the 29. Took it at the 20, a 9-yard return for Guerin. And there's 2:43 to go in the third quarter, and Centurions will take over in their own territory here.
Good kick, though, by Ballard. I mean, that ball was bouncing around forever. Plenty of time for the defense to get down through there. Guerin just made a play on his own to get it up here, but here we go. Just inside the 30. See if we can get a long drive going here.
That group of receivers right in front of Guerin and Leaper, I thought was going to handle it. When they let it go, I'm going,
yeah, that's a
Ballard's
long
pretty
time.
fast.
That's a long time for that ball to be bouncing around.
Sabatino under center, Zimmer in the backfield. Hand off to Zimmer. Looked like he had a hole again. Goes down quickly, though, gets a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, tackle by the inside linebacker there, Justice Thompson. Harrison hit the hole fast that time. But still only 1 yard on that run.
Make it 2nd and 9. I'd feel much better if we were in the fourth quarter right now than the third quarter.
This quarter's taking a long time.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. In motion goes Leaper. Sabatino's going to roll to the right. Here comes pressure. Gets it out. Kevin King open.
Come on.
And
there
he's going to break through on the left side.
Job.
Gets across the 40 to the 43. First down, Kevin King.
Got that rollout again with Sabatino so he can see the field a little bit. Kevin just kept sitting down in there on the hash marks. And Sabatino actually had to pass back across the field to him just about a yard or so. Nice pickup. Nice move there by Kevin at the end to pick up the first down.
1st and 10, ball at the Centurion 43. 28-26 Centurions with the 2-point lead over the 6A 10th-ranked Ballard Bruins. Guerin and Leaper come right. I believe it's Adam Ballard out left. Zimmer gets the ball again, puts his head down, gets across the 45, about a 3-yard gain.
I think they're going to mark it right at the 45-yard line.
Make it a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Centurions.
Got to keep probing with Harrison there. Eventually he may get one through.
We've seen one big run of 12 yards tonight for him, and everything else has been that 1-2 yard, negative 1 or 2 yard.
He's done so well this season, you know, going between the tackles, but it's just this Ballard defensive line is just quick.
2 to the left, 1 to the right for the Centurions. Sabatino back to pass, going to put it out in the flat to Zimmer. He's got some room across the 42, misses a tackle across midfield. He's got the first down. What a great run by Zimmer after he got the ball.
Yeah, I like that play.
They gave him a terrible spot. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're going to put it at the 48-yard line. They're going to get just shy of the 48. It's going to be 3rd and 1. I thought for sure that was a first down.
Good play there, well designed. Centurions have run that a couple times this year. They get Fetter and John Young out there in the front. How Fetter gets there from his center position, I don't know, but nice setup.
Trips to the left this time. Sabatino off to Zimmer on a quick hitter. He's got the first down across the 45. Going to come down about the 43.
Nice strong run there by Harrison Zimmer. Hit that hole really quick that time.
And that should bring us, well, the clock has stopped. For the change.
Oh, there he goes. He's going to blow the whistle.
And there we come to the end of the third quarter of play. Centurions with the ball, more importantly, with the 28-26 lead.
Well, we have the opportunity here between quarters to catch up a little bit more on some of the other varsity sports here at Cal. First, girls soccer. Man, what a season they're having. The Lady Centurions remain undefeated for the season, posted wins against North Odom and Eastern this week in the Male Bulldog Cup. The team will be back at home Monday night for District Play versus Ballard. Come out and support Cal Soccer as they're sitting 7-0-2. Volleyball team suffered a 3-1 loss to Eastern on Tuesday night, but rallied to pull out a 3-2 win last night versus KCD. They're headed to Taylor County this weekend to play in the Taylor County tournament, so good luck to the Cal Volleyball. The Centurion boys golf team is holding the 9th annual Battle of the Bluegrass tomorrow at Persimmon Ridge. That is just a great tournament we started several years ago, bringing some of the best golf teams from around the state as a warm-up before the state tournament. Boys soccer, a little tough week this week for them. They lost 3 matches this week, but hope to jump back in the winning column next Tuesday night, where they'll be on the road to take on Ballard. And Cal cross-country team will be running in the Franklin County meet tomorrow. We want to wish both the boys and girls teams good luck tomorrow.
We're to the fourth quarter. Centurions with a 2-point lead and the ball. 1st and 10 at the Ballard 42-yard line. But Darren, this is where it gets tough. This is where it gets, how much energy do I have? How good was my conditioning?
I tell you, the offense has done a much better job getting that defense, the defensive brothers over there on the line, getting them some air.
Zimmer in the backfield, Sabatino under center, Leaper to the left, King to the right. Double tight end formation. King in motion. Sabatino going to pass across the middle. Great pass across the middle to Will Parr. Ballard bit on the run, and Parr had an open lane, caught it first down inside the 20.
I tell you how well designed play that is. That was a play action. Boy, it sucked those linebackers up, expecting the run. And then right down the seam again, that middle of the field is where Centurions have found some success, and Sabatino looks very comfortable delivering that ball.
That may have been deuce. I'm not sure if it was 81 or 31 with that catch.
That's happened to me twice tonight, so I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, 1st and 10 or the Centurions. Ball at the Ballard 21. Zimmer with the handoff, just buries his head, gets across the 20 down to about the 19, taking a few Ballard players with him.
Yeah, his momentum is what got at least that 1 or 2 yards there, because he was hit almost immediately.
Centurions, it doesn't get any easier next week. On the road to the number 1 ranked 4A team as the Centurions go to Boyle County. And Coach Cantwell said both these teams are very, very, very good. Boyle County playing Mercer County, one of the Centurions' upcoming opponents, I believe, this evening. Sabatino in the shotgun. Rolling to his left this time, looking, fires it out. It's got an open man. Oof. It's going to be Kevin King, and there's going to be a flag.
A little surprised on that flag, to be honest with you, Mike. I mean, they're going to call a personal foul.
Was he leading with his helmet?
Well, but actually he was falling at the time. I mean, that was just a tough play there. He lost his footing, but they're going to call that to a shot to the head.
King caught the ball, fell to his feet. Personal foul against Ballard. A break for the Centurions there.
So luckily both of them are okay. But
I thought he was leading with his head.
Well, I think he was coming in, but I mean, the way Kevin fell so quickly, he couldn't have stopped if he wanted. But it will
give the Centurions another first down inside the 10, all the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Centurions.
So another good drive. Here, another good job. Sabatino's done a great job on those rollouts. Had a lot of success tonight.
This drive started at the Centurion 29-yard line. With 2:43 to go in the third quarter, we are down to 10:45 here in the fourth quarter.
Okay, I'm not sure.
A little confusion.
Sorry. There. Yeah, the referee was over talking to the coach over there over Ballard, Coach Morton.
Now the clock starts. 1st and goal for the Centurions from the 7. Sabatino in the shotgun. In motion goes Guerin. Rolling to his right.
Oh, no.
Into the end zone. Almost intercepted. That was a break for the Centurions. Wow. Going for King. Jaden Minkins right there in the path. Had it in his hands, but dropped it.
Then a ricochet back to Kevin King, and he about had a shot at it.
So an incomplete pass by Sabatino. Almost an interception. So a huge break for the Centurions there. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. Minkins just kind of snuck out of Sabatino's vision and got back in there. Sabatino's been lobbing those over the defensive players tonight, but didn't see Minkins, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he just misjudged it. That's lucky there for the Centurions, but that's okay. Brings up 2nd and 7, as you said.
King splits to the right, Leaper to the left. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Cantwell. He wants to talk it over. you're in too important field position to not get this play right.
No, you need points, especially the way Ballard's been playing tonight. Their offense has been tough to stop. So, yeah, he really wants to make sure they know that everyone's on the same page here. Second 7. Well, it's second and go from the 7. So, yeah, you want to make some good decisions here.
So, Centurions back in action, we said, next week at Boyle County. Boyle County, number 1 in 4A. That game will be at 7:30. If you can't make it to Boyle County, we'll have it right here on livesportscaster.com. Next two opponents Centurions play are both undefeated as they take on Boyle County and Mercer County.
Yeah, and, as we said, it doesn't get any easier next week. Boyle County could be the best team that Cal's faced all year. They are on a roll tonight. And as you said, I believe they're at number 11 Mercer County tonight. But, yeah, just a good team. Be great to go down there. If you get an opportunity, you want to go down and see a great football atmosphere with a lot of history. Make that drive next week.
And district play starts the next week. Mercer County, in case you haven't heard, is in the Centurion District, and that starts district play with Mercer County, Henry County, DeSales, and Western Hills. But we have business at hand, and that's the game against Ballard. Second and goal for the Centurions from the 7 of Ballard. Would be great to get one in the end zone here. Fake pitch, reverse, touchdown, Guerin.
There's that misdirection again. He faked the pitch this time to Harrison Zimmer. Haven't shown that all night to the wide side of the field. Well, you got Gage sitting over there behind the tackle. Comes back to the short side. As he fakes it, he brings it back in, inside handoff to Gage Guerin. Got a really nice block there, and then stepped into the end zone. Good play by the Centurions. Good call by Coach Cantwell.
I believe that is Guerin's 4th touchdown of the evening. The kickoff return, the interception return, then the pass play, and now a run play. He's made a touchdown in all facets of the game tonight. High snap. Kick is blocked.
Yep.
So extra point is blocked. That still gives the Centurions a 34-26 lead, but that now only makes it 8 as opposed to 9.
Yeah, that 9 is a whole, that'd be a much bigger number there, especially on a touchdown. Now it's just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
So the bottom line is Centurions did get another touchdown, 10:24 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Good offensive series. That's 2 in a row there by Centurions. They have really figured out some things, made some good adjustments there by Coach Cantwell.
Yardage just gained up now, so we're now at the 153, 286.
Shane Weaver is just giving us a little quick update. Offensive yardage this half is, I think we had 19 the first half, up to 153 now. And starting to hold Ballard a little bit lower. They're at 286. I believe they were at 244 in the first half. So Centurion's definitely getting the better yardage in this half and holding the side of the field a little bit better.
Well, let's see if we can hold Ballard on his kick return.
Yeah, let's not start on our own 40 this time. That would be a big plus.
Centurions up 34-26 over Ballard. The offense has kicked it into gear. Cornett approaches the ball. This time the ball's coming away to the left side. It's going to go off the hands of Hamilton. Picks it back up to 20. Misses one tackle, but here comes still up. But finally taking him down is going to be.
Is that Dobbs again?
Harrison Zimmer. Hamilton, he looked like a pinball going through a pin. He never had his balance, but he was just bouncing from one tackler to another.
He was keeping his feet going.
So 10-16 to go in the 4th quarter. Ballard will take over on their own 33. Much better than last time when they had the ball, as they are in their own territory. And out come the Bruins. And we have only seen Tristan Hawkins at quarterback tonight, and why not? He has done a very good job for this team. But the main threat to the Centurions has been the running back, Jordan Farmer. What a night he has had. Hawkins in the shotgun. Hands off to Farmer. Tiptoes his way through. Breaks a couple tackles. Breaks another one. Finally brought down by Gage Guerin, but another big run across the 50 to the 47-yard line of the Centurions.
I'll tell you what, that young man is a heck of a running back.
1st and 10 for Ballard. This game could go to whoever has the ball last.
Yeah, that could be. But there again, as he jets up through there, I mean, there's 5, 6, 7 contacts by Centurion players, but no one can get a clean shot on them.
First and 10. Ball on the 47. Hawkins in the shotgun with Farmer behind him. And we're going to have a timeout by Ballard. That'll be their first timeout of the half. They'll have 2 left. Centurions have 1 left. And so, how do you tackle Farmer, Darren? How do you the offensive line is giving some holes. I mean, the young man follows his blockers as well as any running back I've seen this year.
And that offensive line's doing a fantastic job of giving him a hole. And you see the Centurions getting there. They're just reaching out and grabbing, and that's just not going to do it. You're going to have to get in there, and someone's going to have to wrap them up, hang on tight, and the rest of the Centurions have got to pursue. They did that a couple of times in the first half where they were able to get him down quickly, but I'm telling you what, he's just getting stronger as the game goes on, which makes sense. His defense has been out here a long time tonight.
Timeout is over. First and 10 on the Centurion 47. I guess the timeout's not quite over. Centurion still getting their water and getting recharged. We go to Boyle County next week. We're going to see a running back that is going to Notre Dame, a wide receiver that's going to West Virginia. So some talented players next week on the Centurion schedule. Hawkins stays in the shotgun with Farmer behind him. In motion goes Hewley. Hand off to Farmer off the left side. He trips this time, still breaks the tackle, and he's gone. Make it a 47-yard touchdown run for Jordan Farmer. And the Centurions have he even slipped that time. The Centurions couldn't stop him.
Well, I didn't catch who it was. Someone had a shot at him, had their helmet right in his chest, but just could not drive him to the ground. And then once he bounced off, he had a lane, and he was gone.
So I am sure Ballard will go for 2 again. Centurions able to stop them last time.
I would be shocked if they did not hand this to Farmer.
We have seen stranger things this evening.
We have.
He's got Bishop split out to the right side.
Brought a fullback in for him.
Double backfield. Hand off to Farmer, and he's in. He's in, and we have a tie game. That extra point missed by the Centurions coming back to haunt him, but still 9:23 to go.
So there we go, Mr. Farmer. That was all him on that drive.
Farmer left, Farmer right.
And then jaunted all in for the touchdown. He has had the last 2 times, the last 2 series, it's been all him.
We are tied at 34.
So here we go. So Centurions are going to have to answer here. This offense, they have found a rhythm, found some things that work, have made some nice adjustments. They're going to have to continue that.
So a 53-second drive that was 2 plays. Ballard has had 2 touchdowns this half. One a 1-play drive, the other play a 2-play drive. And it has been Farmer both times. So Centurion's going to get the ball back. Looking for a 9-minute and 23-second drive. So Ballard cannot get the ball back. Leaper and Guerin back. As we told you, we have had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns by the Centurions tonight. 1 each by Leaper and Guerin.
But Ballard's made their adjustment. They have kept everything on the ground this half on the kickoffs.
Up short for the Centurions are Ballard. I can't make out the number of the other young man. And Nate Dobbs. But this is going to be a line drive. It's going to get by Guerin and go into the end zone. So Centurions will take over on their own 20. So Boehm with another different type kick that time. The Centurions will get the ball on their own 20. With 9:23 to go here in the first half.
Okay, this offense has got to be feeling a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident as they come out here. But, yeah, we need a nice long drive here.
Centurions have had this ball 3 times this half. First time they punted. Both times after that resulted in a touchdown. One a drive of 60 yards, the other a drive of 71. This time they need to go 80. King goes right. Guerin and Leeper to the left. Zimmer in the backfield, Sabatino under center. Takes a snap. Play action, looking, going for it all. He's got Guerin deep.
Oh,
it makes a catch.
Wow.
What a catch by Guerin.
Man.
Thought he was going to hit him in stride and just have an 80-yard touchdown pass, but Guerin, what a great catch, goes to the ground, making it all the way down to the 37-yard line.
Wow, what a play there by those two young men, Sabatino and Guerin. And, man, what a catch by Guerin. It would have been nice if he had got him in stride, but what a catch, diving out, hanging on to that, making sure his arms are under it.
I don't think Sabatino can throw it any farther than that. That was all he had, man. It was a great throw. 1st and 10 for the Centurions. It has become an offensive outburst here at this game. Zimmer with the handoff. Cuts to the left. Tries to break a tackle. But there is Phil Cox again. I mean, he caught him from behind that time.
I need to find out where that young man's going next year. He's a senior. He needs to be playing on Saturdays next year.
No gain. Make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. What a call by Coach Cantwell to go for it all in that play.
Play action has worked well this evening. And flipped the field there, too.
That's true. Guerin and King go right. Leeper to the left. Leeper in motion. Gets the handoff. Tries to get outside, and it's going to be caught this time. They read it. Justice Thompson with the tackle and throws Leeper for a loss of about 5 yards. That brings up a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, that brings up a long 3rd down here. Well read there by Ballard. They'd seen that play before, and their inside linebacker was waiting on it.
Now, we have seen a pooch kick in these situations by Sabatino sometimes. Usually you're deeper in our own territory, but right here you get Ballard backs against the wall, but I'm not sure if that matters to Farmer.
Yeah, I mean, we've only stopped him a couple of times this evening. See what there's a misdirection that coach can call on this one too, or keep rolling Sabatino out.
Sabatino in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Fires across the middle. Just led Guerin a little too much. He would have had the 1st down, but incomplete. It'll bring up the 4th down play. Got a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's
a late flag.
It's going to be a sideline on Centurions. Way too much talking over here about some of the players. What they were upset that there was no call there.
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Centurions.
Coach Cantwell is not happy.
And that is going to hurt.
That came off the sideline, so not even a player on the field.
So that moves the ball all the way back
Gosh.
to the 42-yard line of Centurion territory. And, boy, you just can't have calls like that.
No.
So
especially when it's
Sabatino in
coming
the
off,
punt.
a player standing on the sideline.
It's going to give Ballard a chance to return the ball. Bird and Marrero are back. This is a high punt. It's going to go out of bounds. And Ballard will get the ball about the 30. Oh, they're going to give him a better spot this time than they did the last time it went out of bounds. And he's still walking. It's going to be at the 30. So that's where Ballard will take over with 7:10 to go.
All right, so now it's the defense time. I mean, they have been out here a long time tonight. These young men have played their hearts out, but they need to get a stop here.
Ball is actually going to be set at the 31. Ballard has scored the last 2 times they had the ball.
I mean, I know who I'm keying against, but you've got to make the tackles.
To no surprise, Farmer's back in the game. Hawkins in the shotgun. Farmer just to his right. Now Farmer moves up a step. In motion goes Marrero. He stops, comes back to the right. Hand off to Farmer to the left. Cuts up the middle. He's going to get up to about the 35. flag down. Minrath with the tackle. Illegal procedure on Ballard, so that's going to bring it back. You know, Ballard, tonight when we have stopped Ballard, there's been some major penalties in each of those plays too.
Yeah, they've helped with the cause, which we appreciate.
So make it 1st and 15 for the Bruins now, as the ball goes back to the 26-yard line. We are all tied here at 34-34. Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action for you. Jordan Farmer has been a nemesis to the Centurions tonight. He is the talented running back for this Ballard team. And he's going to get the ball again. Goes up the middle. And the Centurions are going to stop him after only a 5-yard gain, which may be one of his shortest gains of the evening.
Only a 5-yard gain. I tell you what, that tells you what kind of night he's had. And you know, I'm afraid to say he's down. I've seen him go into so many pile-ups, and then he just comes jaunting out of it.
You got to wait for a while to see what happens. 2nd and 10 for the Bruins. Bishop splits right. 2 receivers short side left. Farmer to the left of Hawkins this time. Marrero in motion again. Low hike. Hawkins back to pass. Fires it out. Going to be complete out there to Marrero. Jitterbugs around a couple Centurions for a first down. Gets out to the 45.
Yeah, nice play there. He just ran a 10-yard curl, and Hawkins delivers. Makes his turn, makes one tackler miss, and then cuts across for the first down. Good play there by Ballard. This offense is clicking.
After you see Farmer run so many times,
goodness, yeah.
all of a sudden a pass, you go, oh, they're passing for once.
That's right. Now we'll get a steady diet of Farmer here again.
1st and 10 from their own 45. Hawkins goes under center. In motion goes Marrero. Handoff to Farmer. Tries to get out to the left side. Stutter steps. He does get outside. Make it a 9, maybe a 10-yard gain. I think it'll be about a 9-yard gain. Yeah. Just short of the first down.
They love that left side. It doesn't matter if it's a short or a wide side. That left side of that line is doing a yeoman's job for Farmer, getting him up the field.
2nd and 1 for the Bruins. Clock is running down to 5 minutes to go in the game. No fumbles so far, no fumble recoveries in the game so far. It'd be nice to get one about now. Hawkins goes under center. Hand off to Farmer. He's got the almost tackled from behind, only got 2 or 3 yards.
Minrath was able to get him a little bit from behind, get his heels clicking together. Still picks up the first down.
Down to the 43, it'll be 1st and 10.
Talking about a long drive to end the game. That's what Ballard's now thinking of.
Let's go, D!
Centurion defense, no. The Ballard team kicker has no field goals on the season, no attempts on the season. Bird and Marrero split left, Bishop to the right. I'm not really sure that matters when you got, Farmer's out of the game. Jackson in the game. Farmer getting a breather. Going to be a handoff to Jackson, and he's going to be brought down.
Jake Taylor
in there. He goes down a little easier than Farmer does.
Right.
1 yard gain, make it 2nd and 9.
Clock rose under 4 minutes now.
I'd be telling Jordan Farmer, young man, time to get back in there. There is no time to rest right now. 2nd and 9. Be great to get a sack, make it a long 3rd down. Marrero in motion. Hawkins back to pass, looking left, fires it. Going to be complete out there. Not enough for the first down. Completed out to Telly Bird for about a 5 yard gain. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 4.
Clock still running. Good catch there by Telly. They've run that a couple times this year.
And unfortunately, Jordan Farmer has rested. And he is back in the game.
I definitely think this is 2-down territory one way or the other.
3rd and 4.
Got to get this one first.
For the Bruins.
Nope.
Fake. Hawkins going to keep it. He runs to the left, and he's got
down.
the first down. So the first time we've seen Hawkins tonight fake it to Farmer, takes off to the left side, gets about 5 yards for the first down. We are at 2:32 to go. Clock is stopped.
I like the way Coach Morton is kind of watching the clock run. You'll see Hawkins. He looks at the Coach Morton every time before he calls for the hike.
1st and 10. Ball at the 31 of the Centurions. Hand off to Farmer. Almost fumbled it. Farmer able to hang on to it. Going to get about 8 or 9 yards across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. They almost mishandled that handoff.
They did, yep. Yeah, I was watching Minrat there. He dove at Farmer trying to bring him down and didn't get there in time and just hit the ground. I mean, they're just tired of seeing this guy.
7-yard gain, make it 2nd and 3. We are under 2 minutes to go in the game. Ball on the 23-yard line of the Centurions. Jackson back in the game for Ballard. Hawkins in that shotgun. Marrero in motion. Hawkins hands off to Jackson. Big hole. He's going to power his way down to the 20. Make it about a 1 yard, or no, that gets him the first down. Make it about a 4-yard gain.
It looks like Mozzie and Jake Taylor are both there. But brings it, like I said, first down.
Timeout by the Centurions with 1:36 to go in the game.
So Coach Rowley's going to bring his team over here. We'll see if he's going to make a change here of some sort, maybe throw a different look to Ballard, or it may just be coming over and saying, guys, this is it. There's 1:36 to go. You kind of know what's going to happen. The game has now been laid in your hands.
So do you totally key on Farmer and just say, okay, somebody else has got to beat me. I'm just going everybody at Farmer.
You know, yeah, but you don't want to outthink yourself as well. But, I mean, they've kind of played this safe game. They really haven't changed the defense much. You haven't seen much blitzing going on or anything along that line. You know, it's been manhandled. This Ballard offensive line has done a great job, especially that left side of the Ballard line. They have just pretty much dominated this whole game and just giving Farmer the ball. It's nothing fancy. You know, Hawkins takes a snap. It's not even good handoffs. You know, they're just kind of sticking it in there, making sure he's got it, and then he goes and gets what he can get.
Well, we've not seen a Ballard hold except for once this half. We saw a lot last half.
Right.
So
but I think almost all of those have been pretty much on pass plays.
I think you're right. 1st and 10 on the Centurion 20, 1:36 to go. Ballard ball, all tied at 34. Ballard took this drive with 7:10 to go in this quarter. They have had the ball for nearly 6 minutes. Farmer about 5 yards behind. Hawkins, who's under center. Back to passes. Hawkins.
His knee's down.
His knee was down. And so Hawkins slipped. There's one of the breaks Centurions are looking for. The clock keeps running.
You know, that's one of those things, you know, you don't want to, we're talking about overthinking, you know, what you're doing, that you don't want to do that on the Ballard side as well.
That moves the ball back to the 26. It is 2nd and 14 now. 2nd and 16, excuse me.
Ballard still got their 2 timeouts.
1:06, clock is running. It'll be a pitch to Farmer. He gets by one tackler and he gets out of bounds, gets to the 20. He went out at the 22, make it a 4-yard gain. Clock is stopped and it's going to make it 3rd and 12, I believe.
So we really don't know what kind of kicker Ballard has.
We know he hasn't tried a field goal.
I would think they would definitely try to pass this here.
So if you can hold them so they don't get the fourth down, then you're going to put them in a questionable spot.
A decision here.
3rd and 12. Key defensive play for the Centurions at stake here. Hawkins back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted by Guerin. He turned around, had it in his hands. Could not hang on, but a great deflection. It is 4th and 12.
Wow. What a play by Guerin there on, to be able to turn around that quick. Turned his body completely around and still almost intercepted the ball. Good coverage. So here we go. 4th and 12.
4th and 12. They are going for it. Could we see our second overtime game of the year?
Well, just remember, Ballard does not have to score here. They just need the first down minimum.
They need to get to the 10 for the first down. Hawkins in the shotgun with Farmer to his right. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's lobbing it in the air. Overthrow. Centurion ball. They take over on down.
Wow.
The Centurions hold.
Coach Morton for Ballard was trying to just time that right. He was watching the clock. He wanted to get it down, just, score a touchdown with no time left on the clock. And then they got into that, one stop. Hawkins went back to throw. His knee goes down. That throws it completely out of sync as far as what they want to do. And that's just enough for the Centurions to hold on for 2 more pass plays.
Centurions take over on their own 22. We've seen a long pass last time.
Yeah, we got to prevent defense for Ballard here. They've got 3 safeties back on the 40. So they're going to give up the short stuff. No timeouts left for the Centurions. Got to watch what you do here, though.
Leeper, Guerin, and King split to the left. Pass to King. He's going to be hit. He curls the ball up. Gets hit at the 27. Centurions hurrying up. 2nd down. Ball at the 27. First down. No, it wasn't a first down. It's 2nd and about 5. Sabatino, quick pass across the middle.
He dropped
Incomplete. Dropped in the middle, going for Guerin.
All right, stops the clock. Excuse me.
15 seconds to go. Boy, that extra point comes back to haunt the Centurions, didn't it?
I tell you what. But that's the ball game. That's part of the game. Ballard's saying the same thing.
Yeah, they missed one, but.
So here we go.
It is 3rd and 5 for the Centurions. 15 seconds to go here in the game. We are all tied at 34.
You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to make a mistake. That's a tough place to be.
A reverse. Back to Zimmer. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but I think he has the first down. That is the first down for the Centurions, so I think we're going to be going there. 10 seconds left. Still a couple of plays. Ballard moved their whole team back now. They have 3 men on the line. This is one of those, do you go for anything or just take a knee and say, let's go to overtime?
It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
Ballard with 2 timeouts left.
The thing with Ballard, there's a lot of speed out there, too.
I'm kind of surprised he did not use his 2 timeouts hoping for a punt.
Yeah.
I mean, the punt return team has been strong for Ballard tonight. In motion goes Leeper. Sabatino hands off to Zimmer again. He's going to be stopped at the line.
That'll do it.
There are 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it. We have overtime for the second time this year. We're all tied at 34.
Well, Mike, a couple of weeks ago, first game of the year, we had to think about when we'd had overtime, and now it's really easy.
Yeah.
It was 4 weeks ago.
It was 4 weeks ago. And this is the 5th overtime in the history. Now we have the stats.
Now we know.
Now we know. This is the 5th overtime in the history of Cal in overtime. They are 2-2 in overtime. The latest one, of course, earlier this year against South Oldham, where Centurions came out with a 6-0 win. North Oldham back in 2012. Centurions was short into that one, 17-14 in 2 overtimes. Back in 2011, in dramatic fashion, the Centurions take off DeSales down 30-27 in a playoff game. And the year before that, they lost in overtime to DeSales 20-14. So 2-2 in overtime. And I always try to remember the overtime rules and never can. So we will get them figured out here momentarily.
Can't remember if it's a 20 or 25-yard line. But I think it continues back and forth till we have a winner. There are no ties in Kentucky high school football.
So what a game, Darren. Centurions have 21-20 at half after getting about a total of how many yards at halftime?
I think it was 19, Mike.
19 yards, but a great showing by special teams and defense. 21-20, and Centurions led 28-20. Ballard scored to make it 28-26, went for 2, could not get it. Centurions then scored again to go up 34-26, but missed. The extra point was blocked to keep it at the 8-point lead. Then Ballard scores, goes for 2 and score, and makes it 34-34 with how much time was left? 9:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Centurions had to punt next time they got the ball. Ballard took the ball over on their own 31 with 7:10 to go. Drove all the way down to the Centurion 22 with 42 seconds to go. Turned it over on downs to the Centurions, and the Centurions basically ran the clock out for all intents and purposes. A first down in there, but Ballard wasn't going to let him go long. And the Centurions are tied with Ballard 34-34. Centurions taking on the number 10th ranked team in 6A.
Yeah, it's been quite a ball game. I tell you, and the two halves are completely different. I mean, we're like shell-shocked in the first half, just the way that the Centurions scored. A little bit more, typical in the second half. It was but a scoring output by both teams, but doing it different ways. Ballard just pretty much, running with Farmer. I mean, you found a success. You kind of know what you want to do, and then mixing in with a few pass plays.
And then, thank goodness,
right
on the last few plays when they had it down here in the 20, they quit going to Farmer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and put themselves in a tough position as well. And then Centurions this half, from an offensive standpoint, made some adjustments, put some misdirections in, going across the seams, looking for the pass plays down the middle, which has been there this evening, and mixing those in as well. So it's really been a fun game. By far, we've seen just about everything. So
we have seen kickoff returns, we have seen interception returns, we have seen long plays, long runs, long passes. We've not seen a punt return tonight.
No, well, there hasn't. Yeah,
and we've not seen a fumble recovery tonight.
So here we go. So can't remember. I think Ballard win the toss?
I think Centurions won the toss because they were high-fiving everybody. And it'll be the Centurions' ball, it looks like, on the 10-yard line.
I don't know what most people think. I like having the ball second. That way you know what you have to do. Put it on your defense. And then that way you need to see if you need to score. You just need to kick a field goal. Gives you a lot more options. But Centurions just need to take care of the ball, score here, put the pressure on Ballard.
We have seen the running game thwarted for the Centurions by Ballard, but we have seen the passing game go very well in the second half.
And it is first and go at the 10. That was mistaken there. This is overtime rules.
King is split left. Leaper is split right. Double tight end. Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino drives them offside. Offside on Ballard. Great count by Sabatino. That's going to make it first and goal from the 5.
Wow. Heady play there by Sabatino. There's 5 yards right there.
Second overtime game of the year for the Centurions.
All right, so had a lot of success on the edges tonight here in the second half, not so much up the middle.
Zimmer the lone back. Hand off to Zimmer.
Oh,
man, he is just slammed to the ground. That is number 44, Justice Thompson. And I mean, he was full speed, full bore ahead.
Tough play right there. I'm sure you could hear it as a crowd, too. All saw it at the same time. So here we go. Loss of a yard.
Make it 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Centurions. I'm just glad Zimmer could get up from that one. Sabatino under center. In motion goes King. Fakes the handoff. Sabatino over the middle.
Oh, my gosh.
Will Parr is talking to the official. The defender on Ballard was holding Parr's hands. Then he tried to bring him up at the last minute to make the catch and couldn't get him up quick enough.
Great call. Sabatino waited for it. You got to kind of let that tight end sneak around the backside. And, yeah, you're right. It's like he couldn't get his hands up to even make the catch.
So now it's 3rd and goal from the 6. We've not seen Sabatino run tonight on his when he's rolling out.
All right, here we go.
Sabatino under center. Tells Leaper where to set up. Leaper in motion, comes in. Play action, looking. Here comes pressure. Gets it out. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and goal for the Centurions.
So you bring your second game kicker in, or
do you field goal, or do you go for it here?
I think you go for the field goal.
And in comes Dylan Cornett, his first field goal attempt of the year. Connor Masters holding. Could it be a fake? We haven't seen a fake field goal.
No, we haven't.
Ball will be set at the 13, a 23-yard field goal for Cornett. Ball's down, kick is up, and kick is good.
Good.
Ballard was cheering, and I think they're a little upset. They thought it was no good.
We have a flag down. Roughing
the kicker. Is that automatic first down?
I'm not sure how that works on a field goal. We'll have to wait and see here.
Or do you take points off the board? We think it's automatic first down. Officials are having a discussion. Oh, my God.
Well, I don't know what to tell you here. I don't know this call. So the field goal was good.
The field goal was good.
We saw the officials put their hands up.
If it is not a first down, the question is, do you take the points off the board? If it is a first down, you're obviously going to take it. Here comes an official over to talk to Coach Cantwell.
I got to be honest with you, Mike. I was watching the ball go through the field goal. I didn't even see where the roughing the kicker was.
I did not see it either. Officials go to both sides to explain the penalty. Coach Cantwell very calmly listening to the official with his hands behind his back. Now 2 officials come over to explain it to Coach Cantwell. Just when we said we hadn't seen it all, we see something else. So the Ballard defense is going over to Coach Morton.
Okay.
It looks like it's a first down. John Young is clapping. Field goal is good.
And where does the ball get placed now?
Roughing the kicker.
Half the distance to the goal, so 1 yard line.
First down. Centurions get a first down on the play.
Now we got to get the mark.
Well, the ball was on, let's see, 20.
The
ball was on about the 6, wasn't it?
Yep, it's 4th and 6.
So the ball would go to the 3.
So half the distance, so it should be first and goal at the 3.
Yeah, the officials are discussing. I've never seen a group of officials that make a call, then they have another discussion about it afterwards and come over and tell the coaches about it. So they have signaled first down.
I don't know who has the ball right now.
Well, it looks like the Cal defense is out there.
Yeah? So now what?
But he said first down.
Okay, so maybe we're keeping the points and we're going to assess the penalty.
That is what it is. The ball's on the 15.
Okay, so now we've got it. So it's a 5-yard penalty. So that was assessed on the Ballard's offense, in a sense.
So it's 37-34. Now Ballard gets it on the 15-yard line with the penalty.
and it's first and goal, Mike. They cannot pick up a first down.
Yep. Double backfield, so you got to think they're going to Farmer, and why wouldn't they? Hand off to Farmer. Try to go with the middle. Centurion's able to bring him down about the 12. It'll be second and goal from the 12.
There again, you see that pile up. You want to make sure he's down.
It took a long time to figure that one out.
Yeah, it did. And I guess that's why they were making sure they got it right and talking to the coaches.
Ball is on the 12, second and goal. Farmer, the lone back in the backfield this time, but he's got Hewley, the big receiver that could be a tight end, just offset on the right. Hawkins goes in the shotgun. You know it's got to be going to Farmer. Where else would you go? Oh, he turned wrong. He turned wrong.
There we go.
Hawkins went to his left. Farmer went to the right side, and there was no play there. It is third.
So, yeah, that was actually a miscommunication. They have not had that happen all evening. And he turned one way, and Farmer stepped the other. They did get the ball. John Young had already made the break at that point.
And that puts it back to the 15. Third and goal from the 15 for Ballard. So if you're Ballard, do you go to Farmer? Do you go to the air?
I think they'll go to the air. If you don't get it, you know, you're going to have to go for it on fourth down unless you have a kicker that we haven't seen or know about. I mean, I don't think they've attempted one, it seems like, this year that at least we can see in the statistics. Or if you did have a kicker, then you run Farmer. If he gets touchdown, fantastic. If not, you run him towards the middle of the field and you set up your field goal kicker for another overtime. So,
if you are just joining us, this game ended 34-34 in regulation. Centurions got the ball first in overtime. Dylan Cornett with a 23-yard field goal put the Centurions up 37-34. Ballard now, there was a roughing the kicker play that the Centurions took and charged to Ballard as they started their overtime drive. That moved them back to the 15. They had a 2-yard gain, then a 2-yard or 3-yard gain, then a 3-yard loss. It is now third and goal from the 15 for Ballard. Hawkins in the shotgun. He has Bird to the left. He has Bishop and Marrero to the right. Farmer is to his right. They hand it off to Farmer. Farmer's got an opening on the outside. Pushed out of bounds at the 5.
It took
or
3
at
or
the
4
6.
Centurions to get him out.
So it's going to be fourth and goal from the 6. So we'll see if they have confidence in their field goal kicker or not. And I think they're going for it. They're going for everything here, it looks like. Timeout, Centurions.
I'm keeping my eye on the coach Morton over there and see what they're looking at, but I think this is going to be the ball game one way or the other right here.
There's no doubt. Fourth, and it's actually on the 7. I mean, if I'm Ballard, I'm giving the Farmer again. There's just no doubt in my mind. But
7 yards is a long way.
It is.
And they're going to be keying on it. And, I mean, Hawkins has played well tonight at that quarterback position. I would look for Telly Bird as well on a curl. He's had that play a couple times tonight. They got an option with the tall receivers at Bishop, number 14, who looks like he stands about 6'4". That's an option, but it's either going to be Farmer or Bird. Or you roll Hawkins out.
We saw Hawkins do the fake to Farmer and keep it himself. Bishop is so tall. I would just throw it up and let Bishop go get it.
That's a great option. You know they have practiced that over and over again. I mean, that's why you have that weapon. But, wow. So either way, this is going to be the ball game one way or the other right here, Mike.
It is Young and Sacre and Minrath along that front. Along with Jake Taylor's moved up there. Hawkins in the shotgun. This is for it. The winner of the loss. Fourth and goal for Ballard. Hand off to Farmer. Trying to get outside to the right side. Being chased. Then he's going to make it.
Just outran him.
Farmer outruns everybody to the right side. He gets the touchdown. And Ballard comes away with the overtime victory.
Wow.
40-37.
Well, I mean, that's what you're going to do. You give it to your best player. He's been the best player on the offense tonight, and, boy, he did it. Went to the wide side, and he just outrun everybody. We've seen the power tonight. Now we saw the speed.
What a game. What a game. Centurions go down for the first time in
18
games. They had an 18-game winning streak, and it goes for naught. Ballard looks like they just won the state tournament. They are just, the fans are coming out on the field. But hats off to those young men. They played a good game, and especially Jordan Farmer. What a game he had. We'll have the stats here in a minute. We'll be back in a minute. Ballard with the overtime 40-37 victory. We'll be back in a minute, everybody. Welcome back to Christian Academy football, where the Centurions fall for the first time this season in a barn burner, a 40-37 loss in overtime. And what a game it was. It was close all the way, and it started out Ballard on the opening kickoff, took over, started their own 28, and 6 plays later, it was a 10-yard pass to Jordan Farmer from Hawkins. Jordan Farmer, who was a thorn in the side of the Centurions all night. The extra point was good by Longmire, and it was 7-0 Ballard. Centurions went 3 and out, then Ballard got the ball back, and they, in 9 plays this time, they traveled 74 yards, a 3-yard run by Farmer. We'll figure out how many touchdowns he had tonight. He had a ton of them. A 3-run yard by Farmer, and that put the Bruins up 14-0. The Centurions took the next kickoff, an 80-yard return by Luke Leeper, cut the lead to 14-7. But Ballard answered with their 3rd straight touchdown when they had the ball. This time they traveled 41 yards in 3 minutes, ending on a 22-yard pass play from Hawkins to Bishop. But the extra point was no good, which you thought may come back to haunt Ballard as they went up 20-7. But the Centurion special teams did it again. This time it was Gage Guerin, and he returned the next kickoff 80 yards, and the Centurions cut the lead to 20-14. The Centurion defense then kicked in and forced Ballard to punt, but Ballard intercepted the 3rd play of the next series for the Centurions. But the Centurions then turned right around and intercepted the next pass play, and Gage Guerin returned the interception 96 yards, and the Centurions went up 21-20, and then defenses held the rest of the way, and that was the score at halftime. Centurions got the opening kickoff to start the second half with that 1-point lead, but they were forced to punt, but the Centurion defense returned the favor and forced Ballard to punt. Then the Centurions took over on the first of 2 straight touchdowns. This one was a 60-yard drive, a 6-play drive over 2 minutes and 44 seconds, a 19-yard pass play from Sabatino to Guerin, put the Centurions up 28-20. And then Ballard answered on the very next play, a 40-yard run by Jordan Farmer, his 3rd touchdown of the evening. And they went for 2 on the play, did not make it, and the Centurions were up 28-26. Centurions on the next possession, 11 plays in just over 3 minutes, traveled 71 yards, and it was a 7-yard run by Gage Guerin. But unfortunately, the kick was blocked, which gave the Centurions only an 8-point lead, making it 34-26 and opening the door for Ballard and a 2-point conversion if they could do that. In the next series, Ballard did just that. A 2-play drive this time, a 47-yard run for Farmer, his 4th touchdown of the evening. The 2-point conversion was good by who else but Jordan Farmer, and it was all tied at 34. Centurions were forced to punt. Then Ballard took the ball with 7:10 to go in the game. They ran the clock all the way down to 42 seconds, got down to the Centurion 22-yard line before the Centurions defense made a great stop and took the ball over on downs. And then the Centurions, with 42 seconds left, did get a first down, but regulation closed. Centurions then got the ball to open the overtime. In the very first play, Anthony Sabatino drew Ballard offside, and it looked great for the Centurions as they were first and goal from the 5. Harrison Zimmer ran the ball, lost a yard. Then it was a pass in the end zone to Will Parr. It looked like his hands were held down. No call was made. And then another incomplete pass. Centurions decided to kick the field goal. Dylan Cornett with his first field goal attempt of the year. It was good from the 23-yard kick, and the Centurions went up 37-34. The other good news on that play, Roughing the kicker happened on that play. Did not give the Centurions an automatic first down, but it did push Ballard 5 yards back when they started in the overtime, so it was 1st and goal from the 15 for them. They got down where it was 3rd and goal from the 7, or 4th and goal from the 7, and another handoff to Farmer, who beat everybody around the right side. He went in for the touchdown, his 5th touchdown of the game, and Ballard comes away with a 40-37 victory. That was a lot, Darren.
Yeah, I've been sitting here listening. That was a lot. I mean, a lot of different ways to score, and, yeah, just a great game. Why don't you take a break?
I'll take a break. You got the stats,
drink
buddy.
Water. Let's go through the stats. We talked about in the first half. We looked at first half stats and talked about how jaded or how one-sided it was for Ballard Bruins, and then we made up a lot of that in the second half. And but we'll take a look at that, and some of these things will stand out for you, and as no surprises as you just kind of listen to Mike run through the scoring drive. So first downs tonight, Centurions finished with 13, Ballard finished with 18. Rushing yards, Cal finished with 50, and here's your stat for tonight. Ballard rushed for 256 yards tonight. Passing yards pretty close to even. Made up a lot considering Centurions had 0 at half. They finished with 148. Ballard finished with 164. Total plays tonight, 45 for the Centurion offense for 198 yards of offense, 55 plays for 420 yards for Ballard. That is one of the better offensive teams we have seen in probably about 2 years. Penalties tonight, 5 for 51 for Cal, 9 for 79 for Ballard. And third down efficiency, 2 for 9 for the Centurions. Much better job for the Centurions in the second half, but Ballard still finished 5-11, including 1 to 2 on fourth down. Punts tonight, 5 for a 35-yard average for Cal, 4 for a 30-yard average for Ballard. Let's go down and get some of these offensive stats for you. First for Ballard. Mainly the two that we want to highlight is Farmer finished tonight with 27 attempts for 253 yards, 3 touchdowns. And if you want to do some quick math, that's 9.3 yards per carry that young man averaged tonight. Hawkins played great at quarterback, very efficient tonight, was 10 out of 16, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. For Cal, Anthony Sabatino, a quarterback, finished 10 out of 21 for 148 yards and 1 touchdown. Rushing tonight, Gage Guerin, 2 for 24 with a long of 17 and 1 touchdown. Harrison Zimmer, 19 rushes, 27 yards, just with a long of 12. I tell you, that was another telling stat tonight, how well that front 4 and those 2 linebackers played for Ballard tonight. Receiving, Kevin King finished with 2 receptions for 18. Gage Guerin had a big night all around, every side, wherever he was on the field tonight, and that included offensively, finished with 5 receptions, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Harrison Zimmer, 2 receptions for 7 yards. -11. He had a big play that got blown up on a screen. And Will Parr, 1 reception for 21 yards. On defense, just to catch some highlights here, Gage Guerin finished with 6 total tackles, as well as Jacob Sutherland, 8 for Will Parr to lead the defense, and mention 5 for Will Menrath as well. So pretty telling stats, kind of what we figured, and it was the Farmer show and the Ballard offense. I'm telling you, all around, that was a very well-talented, well-coached, well-disciplined Ballard Bruin offense. Probably one of the better ones I think we've seen in probably 2 years at least.
I'd have to agree with you there, and that defensive line. I mean, that to me, those are the 2 differences of the game: the running of Jordan Farmer,
yep,
and the defensive line not allowing us to get the run game going. Not allowing us,
and you hear all the time in football, whoever controls the line of scrimmage and can run the ball wins the game. And whether it's by 1 point or by 40 or whatever, and that's what we saw tonight. That was the difference in the game, was what Ballard did on offense with Farmer and what their defensive front did to the Centurions to keep them from running the ball.
And I got to tell you, and nothing against that Centurion offensive line. They just went against a team that was bigger, faster, and a lot more athletic than them tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And they made the adjustments. We talked about, going into the second half, what can you do to quell that a little bit? And part of that was make some adjustments with some of the misdirections, getting the speed to the outside, doing the short passes, the short drops, which they went to, and that made up the difference. That got us in the lead, actually. But then you just get pounded over and over again, and that defense was out there, how many plays tonight? Almost
55, I think.
Yeah, at least. As far as how many times they were out there tonight, 55 plays run by that Ballard Bruin offense. So 30 in the first half, 25 in the second. That's a long time to be out there.
Well, I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier next week, but I just looked up Boyle County 43-7 winners over Mercer County tonight. So Boyle County undefeated, averaging just under 50 points a game. So especially the offensive firepower. When you got a running back going to Notre Dame, a wide receiver going to West Virginia, you're going to have a pretty good team you're going against, at least from the offensive side. And the defensive side for Boyle County has thrown 2 shutouts and only let up 7 points in those other 2 games.
Yeah, they're tough. They may even be better than this Ballard team. But, I mean, you got to get ready. And you could come back tomorrow, you watch film, see what mistakes you made, adjustments you could have had, then you got to forget about it. Because like you said, you're getting the number 1 team in 4A coming up next, and you're going to their place. So you got to travel down there. It's going to be a hostile environment, huge crowd, I guarantee you. And as you said, offensive juggernaut. So you see one of your best offenses tonight. You may see a better one next week.
When you say a hostile crowd, you may be right. You usually go to these towns and these schools out there, it is like the whole town is out to watch their team play.
The way it should be.
So it'd be great to have everybody down there next week. But if you can't go, we will have the game right here on livesportscaster.com. Game time is at 7:30. We'll probably be on about 20 after 7. Would love to have you join us. Great game tonight for the Centurions. Unfortunately, it ended in an overtime loss to Ballard, 40-37. But a great effort by the Centurions and a great game. Big thanks to Clay Masters on video tonight, Shane Weaver on stats, and he had a lot of them. Darren, great to have you on color again tonight, man. Glad you were here for the game. Biggest thanks to you fans that joined us tonight. And for Darren Long, this is Mike Batella saying good night, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next week from Boyle County. Good night, everybody.